Oh shit, I have to go live on TikTok. Oh fuck. Oh god damn it. I thought I had it. For one glorious day, I had it, and then I'm not going live on TikTok. Come on, let's go. Come on, before anybody gets here. Come on. Hello, white bread. Hello, yes, it's the Kindred shotgun. I'm pulling this up because I do want to complain about how negative everybody's being about this card. Like, we haven't gotten 20 versions of this card every fucking set for the last 3 million years. Like, hating this card is the most kids aren't allowed to have toys ass take I have seen in my life. I don't think it's clever. I don't think it's inspired. I get that. I don't expect anybody to be like, oh my god, heroes in a half shell. But some people are like, I'm seeing so many people throw their hands up and be like, this is magic now. This is what we do now. As if Kindred hadn't been here. We want to come get this man. That car better have room for Ur-Dragon. Oh, we can't print boring Kindred commanders to let people have fun? Go get Krenko. Go get Reese. Go get Lathril. Go get Morophon. Go get, like, it's okay and good for Universes Beyond products to have easy to design cards that allow the new players and the people who like that property to just have a pile of that property and not be broken. The card's so okay. This is apple slices and peanut butter. It's okay for children to have apple slices and peanut butter. It's okay for adults to have apple slices and peanut butter. I've been known to partake. It makes me so mad. It makes me so mad, dude. Stream Deck's not fucking live. Somebody clip that. Alright. I feel like this is just lazy keyword spam with a just okay ability. Yes, that's what it is. I'm not saying it's better than that. I'm saying that it's weird that people are acting like it was supposed to be better than that. Like, we are doing a crossover set with a property that is about 4 guys doing karate, and the card is 4 guys doing karate. I'm not saying that's impressive. I'm saying it's dumb that so many people are going like, why doesn't he do calculus? You know why. Why wouldn't ninjas have first strike? That is a fair point, but it does seem like they gave each ninja a keyword, and because first strike would just apply to like anything that's a ninja, I do like the keywords they gave it more than first strike. Yeah, and true. If we watch a cartoon, I doubt there are many instances of tactical first striking. Isn't it just 1 keyword per color, but blue is definitely card draw ability? You could see it that way, but I feel like it's haste is Mikey, trample's Leonardo, vigilance is Donatello, and menace is Michelangelo. You could see it that way too. Why can't people just be happy we're getting cards? Exactly. That's what I'm talking about. Oh, trample's Raphael. Well, there's... Hold on. I'm getting the names wrong. This dumbass. Fuck, you're a preview. I know you're a card. Get out of here. This is a goddamn... One of the turtles is on a fucking razor scooter, and he's like first on the scene. On the scene. He's just on the scene. He's not first. Michelangelo. Yeah, so this is why I gave this. So trample is this guy because look at him. Because look at him trampling. I don't give a fuck what you think Raphael's like. Look at Michelangelo trampling like a motherfucker. Hello, Aegis Athene. Thank you for the 200-bit cheer. Look at Raphael. Yeah, he has menace. Okay, so Raphael's the menace, Michelangelo is the trample, If we look at Leonardo, which of these 4 keywords does he have? He has double strike. All right, fucked up. They hate Leonardo. Then Leonardo's probably the vigilance if they're giving him the throwaway one. And then haste is Donatello. That doesn't make any fucking sense. Oh, Donatello's vigilance. Okay. Yeah, so menace, trample, vigilance, and then haste is Leonardo! Ah, I don't know about that one. Yeah, he is the leader, so you could go like he's first in, and so he gets... And then like his 5 color... Oh, his 5 color ability doesn't give haste. Alright, you know what? If I'm gonna be real, haste is just... This is a 5 mana 5/5. Haste, this is a 5 mana 5/5. We gave him haste. He needs to be fast. Zoom, zoom, zoom. I mean, size are double strike, right? His monocolor commander thing is double strike. Now, the reason they didn't give it to this card is because if you give the 5 mana keyword soup card double strike, it's just a Voltron commander. Like... Jarther, thank you for the tier 1 sub for the 15th month in a row. Welcome back to the dog home. Thank God you're here, boss. I almost had an independent thought. You don't got to worry about that. You're rocking with the Maulhound right now. Are there any TMNT cards you've seen yet that are exciting for you? No, Heroes in a Half Shell was the only one. I'm gonna tell you how the Heroes in a Half Shell roast got filmed. I sat down to film Myra the Magnificent. I opened Scryfall to look at other cards for reference. I saw TMNT spoilers. I clicked on it. I saw this card. I filmed a video. So Veggie, when we were filming the podcast yesterday, told me about the sneak mechanic. So I'm probably going to be excited about that because getting to do instants and sorceries like ninjutsu is exactly the type of shit I want to do. So there's probably going to be sneak cards that I play with. I literally just have not taken the time to look at them yet. On Tuesday, we will do a Total Drama Tuesday, and we will do a spoiler review for all the stuff that is out so far. I'm going to hit the manual ad break, by the way. NGL, I think mutagen tokens might be goated. Yeah, the Simic players are probably going to... We have a single sneak card known so far? Alright. Mutagen tokens are sorcery speed, tap, 1 mana, you get a +1/+1 counter on something. So I guess sneak breaks timing rules. Right now, it doesn't. I think Veggie posted a video about it where he was like, sneak... And this, oh my god, is this going to be like... Are so many creators going to hop on the hate bandwagon about this? As written, sneak doesn't break timing restrictions. And so you can't, like right now, you can't cast Leonardo with the sneak cost. Like you can't, you have to give him flash to do it. Existential Breads, thank you for the $20 tip. That is incredibly generous of you. Morrow already confirmed. So it does break timing restrictions then? Because it should, right? Like this mechanic just doesn't do anything. Ace of Hearts, thank you so much. There's the optional wheel with Sneak, Raphael's technique. That's awesome. Oh, short message on the dono. Can you either copy paste it or like DM it to me on Discord? Because for whatever reason, I'll try to find it in Streamlabs, but whenever people tip, Streamlabs like won't tell me what the tip message is. So I can't see that shit. My beautiful sibling. I'm gonna go look for it. I think there is a way to find it manually. So I'm gonna go digging in Streamlabs' butt and try to find it. Tipping. Tip history. We're going here. Okay. Saved money buying cool cards over strong cards and had spare fun money. Pardon the question, but had a last second change building my first commander to Captain Howler. Thoughts on him, Raphael's technique, Jaws, and junk jet nonsense. So before I get into the rest, Captain Howler's really fucking disappointing as a commander. I'm going to be perfectly honest. I think the issue here is any of the setups that feel fulfilling for him are very Magical Christmas Land. So the one thing people do is is you wheel. You get this really big plus 12 plus O, and then you either Voltron or you give it to like a flyer so they can't block or something. The problem there is then your threat profile is it's incredibly easy to counter you. It takes one person with one bullet to take you out and you are done for the game. And the other thing you can try to do is you can try to do like piecemeal discard triggers and cycling triggers to like build up a lot of card advantage and do a kind of tempo game plan. And I tried to do that. That also, it's just really slow. Like the problem is the wheel commander is fine, but it's really top heavy. So I don't like doing it because it's the type of commander where you have to ask everybody to please let you do the thing. And then if you do the thing, you just kill somebody, and then they feel bad about having let you do the thing. And the version of this that exists with like tempo and cycling needs to be 3 mana instead of 4 mana. But we can't make him 3 mana instead of 4 mana because then the wheel Voltron version gets too powerful. Pinecone, yes. I would agree that Howler is a better 99 inclusion. I tried 3 drafts of this deck. I was building it for a friend, and like they played Magic. I'm not gonna it's not like, oh my god, this card's so bad you can't use it. But the play patterns were never satisfying to me. Individual hands could be. There are individual hands you can draw on Captain Howler where you get like the perfect discard synergies, you get the wheels at the right time, you have the right counter magic in hand. But those games, it was like a quarter of the time you played the Howler deck that you wanted to play, and 3/4 of the time you were just like waiting for scraps. Yeah, Porygon. If they made him 3 mana, he breaks everywhere else. So I'm not saying I wish this card was 3 mana, or I would be like rule zeroing people to let me play him at 3 mana. I'm just saying the version of him I wanted to play deserved to be 3 mana, but that is not the version that gets to exist in the game. So if you were doing, what's Junk Jet do? Oh, but we're doing Jaws too, right? Hold on. On damage, make blood tokens. When non-creature artifact is sacked or destroyed, deal 1 damage to each opponent. That's pretty funny. Shark deck is pretty funny. I mean, the thing is, Jaws would hold together a Howler deck really well because he's just a genuine threat by himself. So if you want Jaws to be the hero of the story, I mean, obviously you need a couple other things that are going to be threatening on your board. But if you just like wheel into, yeah, let me go find Jaws, and then I buff Jaws a little bit. Yeah, I think you could do that. Shadow Wolf, it is not exclusive for subs, but the decks we are going to be reviewing today have been sent in ahead of time. They are, we have 4 Ko-Fi commissions that were purchased at the beginning of this month, and then we have 1 person who won a raffle for a free deck review during the Twitch subathon we did last month. Well, Kenku, we can't put Howler in the Jaws 99 because color is the thing, and I know you see water on the card, which makes you think, ah, blue, blue, blue. Nope, mono red. For sure, Breads. So, order we're waiting for today. Kolos, you're up first. Then we're doing Dungeon Masters Consortium, then Sigma 369, then Jarther 93. And then there is one person. We have another missing Michelangelo who has purchased a Ko-Fi commission. I see their purchase history. If they completed the Google form, if you are in chat and you completed the Google form, whatever you filled out on the Google form does not match your Ko-Fi handle. Your email does not match your Ko-Fi handle in any way, shape, or form. So I need to know who the fuck you are, and I need to know what the fuck your deck is. Spike Cobain, thank you for the Twitch follow. Welcome to the doghouse, my friend. Jaws should have Islandwalk. Prove me wrong. Extremely easily. Isn't a core part of the story that he can't be on land? Isn't like the whole fucking plot that he cannot walk on the island? What's going on, brother? I love getting an easy one to start the stream. He swims, doesn't he? He swims through the water that is the island. What do you think an island is? An island is surrounded by what? What do you think an island is, sir? Look at that. Look at that land. Look at that land mass. Look at that land mass that Jaws cannot swim through. Ain't no fucking way, bro. Look at this. How much of this is water? No, you're tweaking. You're tweaking, Alec, man. You know you're tweaking. He should have Islandwalk. He should... JT, don't you come in here referencing other cards. We're talking about Jaws right now. And quite frankly, I would believe that merfolk can be on land. DMZ, thank you for the 100-bit cheer. The shark should walk is a bonkers sentence. Here's what I would actually give you, Alec, man. I would believe in pro blue. I would not give you Island Walk, but if we wanted to come up with Island Swim, which is what we're trying to do, I would say Protection from Blue is the way that should appear on this card. You cannot hit him with the wet mana. Yeah, can't be blocked by blue creatures is even fairer. But I think a lot of the blue removal looks wet. Okay, we have to do the manual ad break. And then I'm going to call the order one more time. Kolos, DMC, Sigma 369, Jarther. And then let me look up the name of the missing Mikey. Piper Tall. That is our missing Mikey. So if you are Piper Tall, please tell me what username you filled out on the Google form. Oh, they filled it out. You motherfucker. Never mind. I have your info. Never fucking mind. They filled it out 4 hours ago. They filled this shit out 4 hours ago. They're here. I got your shit. I got your shit, you little fucking... filling out your homework as the teacher's collecting it. You little rat. Okay, so we have everybody. Manual ad break. Then we're going to get into Kolos' deck. And then I'm going to set the TikTok stream live too. I gotta be doing that more. I gotta be about my business. I need my... Hey, does anybody in chat want to guess? I was about to say I need to be about my bread, but I realize you all don't have the context to understand why that's excellent satire. Does anybody want to guess how much I make on average from a TikTok stream? I will PayPal you the entire revenue if you hit it exactly. We have 50 cents, 5 cents, 14 cents, $10.73, $43, $683, $639, $734.74, 3 cents. I don't think anybody's gotten it yet. Let me go to my, hold on, let me go to my balance and check this out for you. Is there a way for me to see, like... Oh, okay. So it's for the week. If that changes anybody's guess, on the line is me PayPaling you the entirety of my weekly TikTok live streaming revenue. Cause I'm about my fucking bread. Sky Paranaut, thank you for the Twitch follow. Welcome to the Doghouse. Did YouTube get there? $16, $7, $8, $45, $9, $250. I'm gonna call the bidding here. The winner is Rat Fan. Oh, now Rat Fan guessed again, demonetizing them. For the week, streaming on TikTok, I streamed 14 hours and I made 86 cents. We getting wacky. We getting fucking wacky. That crazy bread. King Cow, thank you for gifting a sub. Yeah, incredible. It's amazing. Okay, but think about how much you're getting paid in exposure. So, Shepis, I realize you're saying it as a joke. That is why we turn TikTok live. The only reason... Reds, thank you for cheering 70 bits. They said 89, then they guessed again with 93, disqualifying them. The only reason I am able, not the only, the main reason I am able to be a Twitch streamer right now and a YouTube streamer right now is because I streamed on TikTok, and when I was streaming on TikTok, I spent every like 5 minutes, I just said, hey, please come to Twitch, hey, please come to YouTube, hey, please come to Twitch, hey, please come to YouTube. And they would take my streams down for it, but I would get like 2 to 4 people a stream, would jump over and would watch the stream. Hi, baby. Ah. One kiss. Ha ha ha. And that was how I went from, I was streaming to like less than 10 people on Twitch, which was a mistake. If I could go back and, you know, give my younger self a download of how to do this better the second time around, the moment you turn a stream on expecting less than 50 people to watch, don't do that. Don't do that. Post short form content, work on long form content, work on promo. Don't do that. But all the times that I was turning the stream on expecting to get less than 50 people, I would turn the TikTok stream on, and over the course of many months, enough people came over from TikTok and began watching on Twitch that I got to like 50 viewers on Twitch, which was then enough to begin having people discover me on Twitch. So the TikTok streams were the backbone of my platform for a really long time. Hey, what's up, Hunter? How you doing? Sorion, thank you for the 11 months at tier 1. Damn, it's almost been a year. This has only gotten better in that time. Love your stuff. Thank you very much, Sorion. I appreciate that. Streaming is a late stage evolution in content creation, IMO. Yeah. Enough people pop off. Enough people pop off just doing streaming that it tricks other people into thinking they can just make it as a streamer from the jump. And a few people can, but for the most part, it is streaming is I am so successful at content creation that I can begin wasting a little bit of my own time. And then if you love it like I do, you keep doing it. Chris Urban, thank you for the Prime sub. Welcome to the dog home. Will you be attending Command Fest Tacoma? It is still up in the air, but I'm leaning yes because Riftbound stuff will be happening there. Somebody named Trans Girl Bacon has just said MTG is gay. I'm gonna assume this is a litmus test from the gay community, and yes it is, and that's pretty pog. That's pretty goddamn pog. Now, if you mean gay derogatory, what the fuck is wrong with you? What the hell? Go outside. Anyway, Nerafiel, thank you for the 500-bit cheer. Welcome back to the dog pile. And Onyx Ghost, thank you for the Prime. Welcome back to the dog home. I appreciate you. Making custom cards as a gift, is it overpowered to enter a land tapped, then pay 1 life and add 1 black? So it's a tap land that taps for 2. Yes, that's on the strong side. I mean, it's not game-breakingly bad, but that is for sure power creep, because right now to do that, you have to bounce a land to hand. So you can't just go like turn 1, tap land, have a 2-mana thing. Saw you call out Huntress players in Risk of Rain 2, and all I gotta say is 1v1 me in RuneScape Wilderness. Dude, I'm not about to watch you triple box me with fucking potions and prayer spam, Majin. Get out of here. Get out of here. Shift Case, thank you for jumping over from TikTok. Question though, what's a recommended resource for custom proxies if you happen to know? For custom ones, I have no idea. Truly. I mean, for like printing out proxies, there's a ton of resources online to get like playing cards with proxy backs that are just playtest copies made. That's easy. Everywhere will do it. For getting custom art made for them, genuinely don't know. What's up, boss? What's going on with Jaws on the screen? Bread's tipped and asked a question about it. Satanic Slumber Party, thank you for the 500-bit cheer. Question, because I'm new to your stream in a Discord, Boomer, what's the process for having a custom card assessed? I have some bits for dealing with this question, probably to death. Okay, so here's the way it has worked. It's going to change starting today. So I'm going to tell you how it used to be so that I can then make you feel the pain of progress. So historically, every Thursday, we do a custom card stream. On Thursday, you can spend Twitch channel points. It's only 100, which is basically free. And you can buy a custom card review. You can buy them right now because they're open. These don't do anything. These are a purity test. If you spend your points on them right now, you never get those points back and you don't get anything. They're just a little button for you to press to feel a little engagement, you know? You know, having a good time. Just chilling. I'm a rat in my Skinner box. I'm going to press the cheese button. Anyway, so on Thursday, these actually do something. What you can also do is on Wednesday, the day before a custom card stream, we sell paid reviews. The limit is you can only have 3 custom cards reviewed a stream if you have not paid money. If you have paid money, you can get up to 20 reviewed, because what the fuck am I saying no to money for? But those are very hotly contested. Very few people get to the full 20. So what we're going to do, starting today, is we are going to have a price for which you can enter the queue with no limit. You can still only have 20 custom cards reviewed to stream, but it's going to be the price for which you do not have to wait for a commission to go live. You do not have to wait for the stream to happen. You can just pay money and you will enter the queue of we will review you on the next custom stream up to 20 cards. That price is going to be set and will go live after the end of this stream. I'm going to tell you, it's going to be expensive. I do not want to create a like 100 card backlog. It is going to be really annoyingly expensive, and we're going to look at the cost and we're going to go like, I would never pay that. That's ridiculous. That is the point. That is the point. It's going to be ridiculous, and it will be the like, if people pay enough money to put hundreds of cards in this backlog, I am buying a house. Anyway, what we're also going to do is starting on this next custom card stream, there are going to be 2 different tiers of redeems. There's going to be a tier for we look at your card and we make fun of your card. And there's going to be a tier for we try to fix your card. Now, even at the look and make fun, we're going to tell you what we think is wrong about the card. I'm not going to be like, ha ha, give me $8. It's still going to be, oh, I think this is too powerful in this way. I think the power level is fine, but I would never want to play against it because of this reason. I'm still going to give you some type of feedback, but both myself and every guest that I have on here, very, very commonly, they tend to go into the like, oh, well, if you wanted this card to exist, you should shift it 2 mana down. You should get rid of this keyword, and instead of this ability exiling things from the graveyard, it should mill. Like, you're not going to get, yeah, as Scarlett's saying, it's not going to be a dissection, and we're not going to rebuild it. But there will be a higher tier that you can pay for that. What's up, Iceberg? How you doing? Larry the Word, thank you very much for the Twitch follow. Welcome to the doghouse, my friend. And I think... Hey boss, quick question. With all the negative energy about Universes Beyond lately, is there a property you want to see in Magic and or think would be a really, really good transition to Magic? Bleach! Bleach! Gimme Bleach! Mishmash, thank you for the Twitch follow. Welcome to the doghouse. Are custom cards supposed to be up? Yes. I mean, not really, but I keep forgetting to take them down, and so right now they're a purity test. If you buy them, you fail, and I keep your points. My nose is bleeding a little. Are the free roast streams going to continue to be on Saturdays, or are they going to get juggled moving forwards? I'm going to continue aiming for Saturday, but they will probably get juggled. Cyborg, thank you for the Prime sub for the 11th month in a row. Welcome back to the dog home, my friend. And Exotech, thank you for the 6 months. Welcome back to the dog home. I've had nosebleeds my whole life. Stormlight Archive would also be very cool. All right. TikTok is posted. The TikTok stream is live. The YouTube stream is live. Are the free roast days raffled ahead of time? No, Shadow Wolf. You must be in chat watching, and you win a raffle, and you get roasted right there. You also need Twitch channel points to buy into that, because YouTube will not give me a currency for people. Like, there is no... yeah, there is no currency method I can interact with to like reward longtime YouTube viewers, which is very frustrating. Can you help me edit my cloud deck, LOL? I'm new to MTG and added a bunch of cards. Evil, this stream, I'm going to be working on people who have pre-purchased deck roast, but if you want to join my Discord, which you can join either through the link tree in my TikTok bio, or you can come to the Twitch stream and we have a free command for it. We do have a deck help section in the Discord. Okay, what else am I missing? Kolos, are we here? DMC, we're here. I saw you cheer earlier. Sigma, are we here? Jarther is here and awake. Pipertall has submitted. I'm not confident that I have seen them in chat yet. So Pipertall, Sigma, you're here. Great. So I know Kolos had to go first. Everybody after Kolos, I'm going to try to hold to the order we originally set, but if anybody gets hit with like, I don't know, my dog's on fire, Can you roast me really, really fast so I can go put my dog out? We'll figure that out. Hey Maul, just watch the Risk of Rain 2 short. Doesn't Z play Huntress? No, Z is a based bandit main. Satanic Slumber Party, thank you very much for the 500-bit cheer. You do have a good chance of getting into the next one. Either if you pay money or if you're just here and you spam the channel point thing. DMC, thank you for the 100-bit cheer. Boss, they're out here kirking me just for trying to make a Sigma Balls joke. That's fucked up. That's fucked up. Paz Grim, thank you for the Twitch follow. Boss, have you unlocked multi-dual wielding yet? King Cow, don't say made-up words to me. Don't say fake fucking words to me, dog. Okay, before we get sidetracked by Risk of Rain 2 shenanigans, I'm gonna grab Kolos's deck. For those of you who haven't been to one of these before, I'm not doing the preamble. We're just grabbing Kolos's deck because I don't think they sent a primer or a power level because of who they are as a person. Copy link. Big booty beach brawl. Oh no. Oh. Yo dog, I hope you like crabs and removal. Behold the bootymancer. You're writing a big check, but I know this is Plagon who has the same 99 no matter who builds him. So what's the primer say? 3/3 elk ass deck. Main game plan is to have repeatable, versatile removal, combined with large ass blockers to survive long enough to flicker engine Agent of Treachery. Oh my god. Or cast Approach of the Second Sun. God damn it. We're every fucking... So every fucking Plagon deck, and also I take your wallet. Beautiful. I do like the idea of you yelling Bootymancer though. Construction equipment, booty that should be bounced. Bounce on... Bro. I'm the Bootymancer, he says, as he resolves the Displacer Kitten loop. Like, this is... You're an undercover cop with a fucking joke book. Like, this Bootymancing is how the fucking CIA funds TikTokers to shake it a little bit and then make a short talking about how communism has never worked. How the Israeli government is doing their fucking best. Bounce on it. Bounce on it, he says. Resolving a Teferi. Go fuck yourself. Go fuck yourself, Kolos. Alright. Gifts ungiven to Fairy Time Raveler. Pet card only cut in case of emergency. Yeah, crazy pet card. Hexproof defender that draws me cards. Okay. Sneaking Agent of Treachery through customs and security in a bag. So this is the main thing we want to do. And I'm going to say probably... There is probably no edits to make to this deck. This deck probably fucking kicks. I have had the misfortune of playing against I think 3 or 4 different Plagon decks. And they always work really, really well. I hate them, but they work very, very, very well. It turns out your commander drawing you like 5 fucking cards every turn is incredibly good. No, the thing, this is the deck that was described. It's just a psyop. Oh wait, we have 102 cards in the deck. I'm cutting 2 lands in the hopes that you don't get to resolve anything. The booty. The booty! The booty! My fat-assed federal agent. He's going to handcuff you now, and he's going to use unnecessary roughness, and then he's going to teleport you into the trampoline zone in which you will stay for the rest of your life. This is my Sir Mix-a-Lot deck. Please clap. Why do you not like Plagon? Very simple. And I do think this is a taste thing. And this is why I say there's basically no edits to be made. Deck rips, Kolos. First and foremost, deck rips. I think Agent of Treachery is a very funny card. I love stealing. I love taking things. What I dislike about Plagon is most people... I like Plagon the most at CEDH level. I think Plagon is perfectly fine at super high power, and we're all trying to do fuck you shit, and you're over there bouncing on it starfish style. I think that is when Plagon is at his most hilarious. Everything below that, where we go, oh, well, I'm not going to do a deterministic combo. I'm not going to like win the game on turn 2 or anything. I'm doing something funny. We are using a very, very good thing to do something very bad. I think that can work when the very, very good thing is very proactive. Plagon is very reactive. You draw a lot of cards, which sounds proactive, and then all of the cards you draw are things that make you extremely annoying to other people, right? You are removing things, you are returning counterspells, you are blowing up their artifacts and enchantments, you are bouncing all the permanents they control, you are preventing them from casting their commander. So we have an extremely good reactive engine being used for a Dr. Doofenshmirtz-ass plan. Those types of decks I personally just don't enjoy. I enjoy when we're like, you know, when you're smoking crack with the boys and then you try to build a, I don't know, Furbinator. And I do think this deck can work at the right kind of table, but you need everybody to really be on board for it. And so I would say in comparison, my and the one I always hold up as an example for this is my VV deck, which does have reactive things, but most of the time it is tapping out to play something very stupid every turn. Like, because it's Is It and it has a reputation, I will sometimes politic as though like, oh, I'm gonna, you know, blow up if you do stuff. But like, people are taking a lot of fucking game actions in my face. And this is the type of deck where your main goal is to ask everybody to please knock it off with all those goddamn game actions, which is not quite my tempo. Yeah, I'm tapping out and removing an indestructible commander to draw 12 cards. Exactly. And so what I worry about with this deck is that it will feel like a hostage situation. I don't think it necessarily feels like that. I do want to go into the playtest and see how realistic that fear is. But when you have a really good reactive engine and the thing you're trying to effectuate is really bad, you can get into these very hard to navigate dynamics in which you feel like the dungeon master of a very bad D&D profile. Game profile, what the fuck? All right, you're bouncing on it. Very good. Commitment to the bit. Lotus. I love you. I love you, Kolos. Yes, perfect. All right, very good card. So turn 2, we go. I've never been so glad to not have my mana fixed that I do not have to play fucking Draneth Magistrate. Actually, sorry. Z did something with a sewing machine that sounded like a man was masturbating furiously. You know what you did! Oh, it's paint. It's paint, guys. Guys, it's paint. They're mixing paint. You know how it is. They're mixing the paint. Yeah. I fully, like, my brain died. My line of thought died. I was like,
I'm just furiously.
It sounded like.
Hold on. I'll give a demo.
Insane.
Chat, this is what he was hearing.
It was so much slappier than that. It was so much slappier. Saddlebags, thank you for the Twitch follow. Okay. All right, regardless. So let's pretend that things are going well and we're getting to do what we like to do. I think you calling this deck Big Booty Beach Brawl, I think that dream dies the moment you go turn 2 Draneth Magistrate. This curve right here elucidates everything I dislike about the deck. I think it's very well built. I think the bit is extremely funny. Keep it 200 feet away from me at all times. This is the type of thing I would love to play against in bracket 4. In bracket 4, I love this. Going, doing a here's the star of today's rap video, and then you twerk Draneth Magistrate onto the table in bracket 4 is the funniest fucking thing ever. In bracket 3, I'm like... And so then what do we get to do? We get to play... I mean, we can do Plagon just to draw some cards, because we don't have a lot of, like, heat in our hand right now. So we get to draw 2. I'm regrettably going to discard the pet card that we can't cut under any circumstances. So now we're playing real Magic. 3 or more other islands. That blows, dude. What if I play Ledger Shredder and then Azorius Chancery? I'm still low-key fucked because I need to pretend very hard that I have a counterspell right now, but I have Ledger Shredder out. Good. Hey, thank you, Neil. I appreciate that obligatory engagement comment. We don't have any flicker stuff. We really just have 2 cards to tell people to fuck off. I have a lot of mana, though. I can go bam, like Keeper of the Accord. Wowza. I do not have anything going on. That's crazy. And I guess we do Keeper of the Accord. It would get us at least, at minimum, 1 land, because we have done the bounce land trick. I'm not going to give you more than that because I hate you. But we get at least 1 land. So turn 6, we get our first we get our first exile thing, which we will use with Plagon to very, very great effect. So I will tap these 2. I will time twist Plagon in like the main phase of my turn to get Lotus Field out, because then Keeper will keep ramping me. At end step, I get this guy back. I draw 4 cards. I think that was a 5th card. He also has a counter. So I haven't impacted the board very much. I don't have an engine going. I am nowhere near my Agent of Treachery. I've been able to interrupt 2 important things. I have not had the mana to do it, though. So if I wanted to hold up the mana to like actually do something that important, I would have had to skip Ledger Shredder, Keeper of the Accord, whatever. But now we're gonna begin passing the turn. Fuck this guy. I mean, Deadeye Navigator is gonna kind of solve the whole game for us. And then we're never getting... Wait, fuck this. I don't give a fuck. I'm not paying attention to this. We are getting those islands because of Keeper of the Accord. Unfortunately for you, you can't make me. So I'll say I get these 2 out, because people have more lands than me. See, and now I have fucking this shit. Now I have this shit, and the big booty funny silly meme is not really occurring, and I am just doing a dickhead Azorius control. So I wait until somebody tries to annoy me. I flash in this guy for 4, 5, 6, 7. For 7 mana, I flash in this guy as soon as anybody does anything moderately annoying to me. Furby card would actually make this more acceptable. Furby Secret Lair would improve the reception of this deck for me. And then I go Cloud Shift. Because I cast this, I bounce whatever annoying thing you tried to do back to your hand. Bam. I get Plagon back. I draw, what, 5 now? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Fucking hell. I a bunch of uncastable spells, but we got my boy. So now I go... Agent of Treachery. I think I have to keep 2 blue open because I need to be able to counterspell to do anything. So Agent of Treachery, I rob. I can Psych Rift or I can Mana Drain. And I think what I dislike at this point is the deck feels like, oh, you've won, it's just going to take a while, I should just concede, which is not an energy I like having below bracket 4. I think it's a great energy in bracket 4, and I think in bracket 4, people deserve to have that shit done to them, and they deserve to suffer. I think in bracket 3 and below, I just personally prefer it to be very, very proactive in your face. I never want to feel like I should concede because it's the reasonable decision. I don't even think we have to moonshake on it. Skinny666, thank you for the tier 1 sub for the 5th month in a row. This is blue-white hellscape. But this is also, we're talking about personal preference. Kolos, I'm saying, me personally, I would have more fun if it was powered up. Because we're already running, we've already limited our pet cards to like fucking 4. We've not managed to, I don't know what specific Plagon flavor you had in mind when you built the deck, but we have preserved like none of it. I'm looking at a hand of mono blue all-stars, mono white all-stars, and then some of the best interaction in the game, and then we got 1 silly crab. Now, if your pod likes this, because there are pods that see bracket 3 as like, that view bracket 3 as the gloves are off, we're going to be super rude to each other, conceding is a extremely genuine way to win your commander games. And if they like that, keep on trucking. This is literally perfect. I personally do not like that. I personally like that. For me, happens in bracket 4 rather than bracket 3. We do not need unlimited hand size shadow. This is the exact type of deck. Like, this is the perfect training arc for anybody who is afraid of discarding to hand size. Just discard to hand size. I usually terrorize 3/3 Elks in your Discord server with it. Yeah, I would not play this in Gen Pop at bracket 3. Fucking, I no. Oh. Like, if you have people on the Discord server that is a consistent play group that's down with it, if I brought this to a con, I would expect to have at least 7 hate posts made about me by the end of the weekend on Reddit and Blue Sky. Straight up. I think if I was like, hey, come play with me at the convention, I brought a bracket 3 deck and I brought this deck, I would end that weekend with like 7 false allegations against me. So yeah, my recommendations would be to power it up. Rather than, oh, hey, this card is bad, or this strategy is too weak. Like, I think the strategy is... Currently, my main struggle is that it fails to convert to a win like 100% of the time. The win rate is sub 10%. Yeah, and that seems like because you've gone full reactive, instead of looking for a more proactive... I think, genuinely, if you want to understand why the deck's not winning, go re-watch that playtest over and over and over, because what kept happening was every single turn we were 1 mana short of being able to use any of the interaction that we had. And the ways you can fix that are either you can put in more mana acceleration so that you have more mana when you're playing Plagon, when you're playing these like 2 to 4 mana engines, or you need to have cheaper interaction. Like, we have a bunch of 2 mana interaction spells. Please be 1 mana. I've never looked at you. I'm the fucking best. Like, you replace any of your interaction with Chain of Vapor, deck looks better. If we have more flicker. Like, let's look at a Plagon CEDH deck. Yeah, Into the Floodmaw. There's a ton of... Okay. Oh, I thought this was your deck. It's just straight up Sisterhood of the Traveling 99, even with the jokes. So let's just look at this deck. Acceleration, acceleration, acceleration. I need the mana to cast stuff after I cast Plagon. Yeah, like the... Don't play this no matter what you do. Well, I guess if you're going to bracket 4, you have to. Maybe this is a better way to frame it for you. There's nothing wrong with being unoriginal. Let that not deter you, Kolos. The reason you feel unoriginal is because this is so funny that it transcends any individual human. This is pure comedy. Continue playing it as pure comedy. It's still funny, even if somebody else at the table has the exact same deck and you both yell bootymancer. Yeah. A+ on that. I don't care. So let me put it to you this way. For bracket 3, this deck is not mana efficient enough for an archetype that's very weak. Control is weak. Control is not a strong archetype in. You need to have the most mana efficient spells and the best mana acceleration to have a goddamn chance in hell at winning a game with it. And because you are reactive, the games where you're not winning, most of what you are achieving is pissing other people off, which is a really tough seesaw to be on. And so in a dedicated play group that likes counterspelling each other, I still think this is fine. But if you want to play this against people you don't know, what we're now signing up for is, well, because I'm bracket 3, I'm not going to be able to convert to a win consistently. I'm also not going to be able to stop other people's wins consistently. All I get to be is the stereotypical control player who takes a lot of game actions and stops your funny thing at least once and then loses, which is a very unsatisfying place to be in my mind. And so I think this would be two directions I'll give you. I love giving people a non-prescriptive solution. The 2 ways I think you can go and have this be fun is a totally proactive beatdown deck that is like hardcore bracket 2, and you get to keep all your pet cards, you get to keep all this catch-up ramp, but all of this like Angel of the Runes stuff, this Hullbreaker horror, it's just stupid assholes. Like, you get Charix in here instead. That guy sucks regardless. This guy's just bad. And then you have a bracket 4 version that has cheap enough interaction that you can actually play the game the whole time. And at that point, unfortunately, you might even be able to keep the 4 pet cards, actually. God, you even have the same Teferi as the CEDH deck. That's fucked up. Yeah, look at all this shit. This all has either alternate casting costs or it's like 1 mana. And if you're not doing that, frankly, you're just not going to be able to interact enough to get the job done. So, you could like cut Wrath. Yeah, and Colas, if you're a fun person to play with, that will overcome your deck list every time. You can 100% be a fun enough pilot that you can be playing a super annoying deck. If you want to have more fun with the deck, I would recommend having a bracket 4 version, or even in the bracket 3 version, how do I put this concisely? How do I concisely hate on you? I truly believe anything you have right now that is 2 mana interaction should either become 1 mana interaction or become a flicker spell. And then I think you will be happier. This is a flicker spell, great. Like, even mana drain. That is how far I will go on this. I think, straight up, if you want to keep it in bracket 3, anything that is a 2 mana interaction spell becomes a flicker spell, or it becomes a 1 mana interaction spell, and you're just happier. Like Dovin's Veto, except maybe Psychrift, because for obvious fucking reasons. But most of these counterspells, you don't get to hold up. These are aspirational counterspells that are just sitting in your hand as you watch the green player kill you. And I think you will have more fun if you have an Into the Floodmaw, if you have a Chain of Vapor, or if you are holding another Flicker ability. So we're gonna put you on the pyramid. I think we're here. I think we're around here. We have really, really good marketing. But this is every white pop star in the early 2000s. They're all identical. You just have a really good agent. But I respect what your agent is doing. God, what a great name. God, the bootymancer is such a good tagline. Oh, I hit the mic. Okay. Before we go to the next roast, what the fuck is going on with that whiteboard, and did the sticky notes fall off? Some did. I need to replace them. For the whiteboard, don't fucking worry about it. If you've watched my most recent short, you know. If you haven't, you don't know. I'm going to do the manual ad break, and then it's time for Dungeon Masters Consortium. Please sound off in chat that you are alive. Why are we recommending more to fairies, dog? Don't do that. This is way better for bracket 2 and 3, but also fuck to fairy. I did, but I still have questions. Okay. So we talked about the sticky notes. For the whiteboard is currently, depending on the performance of the Risk of Rain video, I'm going to be making more Risk of Rain stuff. And the next video I want to make is a power ranking of which Risk of Rain characters would be the best at a hot dog eating contest. And this whiteboard is the rough draft. Maul, has anyone told you you're exceptionally smart and handsome today? If not, dibs. Thank you, Breads. Z beat you to it, but I appreciate you. How do I get roasted? Everybody on TikTok who wants to know, there are 3 ways. You can win a free roast stream. That has not happened this month. You can purchase a commission on Ko-Fi. They're sold out for this month. You can spend $500 to get your deck roasted immediately. I say that only half jokingly. Okay. Since it's a beach party, the only Teferi that should be here is Teferi's Isle. It'd be funny. Teferi's never funny. I've always wondered which one can shovel dogs the best. Yeah, and Pinecone, I'm debating if I do like I'm debating if I do 2 different videos, one for survivors and one for monsters, or if I just do a maybe I do survivors and then do monsters and then do total power ranking Hey, thank you, Shaper. I am glad to hear that you've enjoyed your deck roasts. I'm gonna go redeem my GF hug time. I'm trying to recommend Eldrazi spawns for this deck. Acceleration and card draw when you need it. That's a really cute idea. I don't think any of the Eldrazi spawn creators are good enough to make it in, though. But it is a funny idea. If we had, yeah, I don't think the blue and white Eldrazi cards we have are efficient enough. Flesh Raker is always good, NGL. That is a broad overstatement. Bro is heat occasionally. Yeah, whenever we cast a colorless spell in the Azorius Pip Heavy Flicker deck, what are we talking about? Always good. Is a 2/2, doesn't even have a butt. You know what land I found I can't believe more people don't talk about? Halimar Depths. God, you fucking idiot. God damn. Wolf! I just want... Okay. I realize that reaction seems a little bit out of hand. I need to preface this with, I think the last 3 streams, Wolf has come in here talking about the incredible, incredible ramp piece, Sword of Hearth and Home. And Wolf, I'm so glad that you are on your personal journey of figuring out cool and kooky cards in Magic the Gathering. You gotta stop. You gotta stop. Mauled with a mean-ass context. Hey, streamer, unrelated, but you need to sack 2 lands when you copy Lotus Field with Vesuva. I knew I did something wrong in that hijinks game. Oh, I'm gonna sleep so much better after that. Thank you. Because I got that, because I remember that being an interaction. I had to double check when I played the deck in Atlanta, and I did it correctly in Atlanta. And I had been like, man, that game was good. What is... There's something sticking out in my brain. I mean, it's fine. If you are in... Tap lands are really bad. Like, the... If you're gonna have a tap land, the payoff has to be... pretty good. Maybe if I was in, like, a monocolor deck... I found Halimar while building Kinesos, and I will not be told it's bad. Holy Lego child. I found the exact triple-flanged, tuberostic L shape that I need to complete my favorite Lego tower. This is a good Lego piece in everybody's collection, and everyone should use it more. You gotta lay down, Wolf. You gotta lay down. Like, I don't think it's horrible. It's certainly... It is certainly a card that has upside for playing it tapped. I don't think I would run it over nearly. And you're talking, and like you found it for a top deck control deck. Of course, it's great. Reds, thank you for the 95-bit cheer. Let's look at Deflecting Palm closely. Yeah, I mean, she's balding a little, but, like, who isn't? That's probably just, like, a Norwood, too. I don't know. I don't think it's that bad. I feel like I don't have enough land options in 2-color decks. How many basics should I be running in a 2-color deck? Depends on the deck, because white, for example, really good at ripping basics out. Green, really good at ripping basics out. So if you're in, I guess, Grixis, that's probably when you're going to have the lowest amount of basics in your deck. But I don't have... Oh, that's not even 2 colors. So, like, is it? you would have a low number of basics, but I don't think it has to be that low. DMC, thank you for the 100-bit cheer. If I find the chatter hating on Narset, it's on site. Yeah, good luck with that. Okay, time for DMC's deck. Silly, spooky. I've had a crush on Fage the Untouchable since starting this game. Unfortunately, she's a really bad commander. After poking around, I remembered this fucking rat child and knew he was the key to getting my gal to hand. Deck is designed to throw a bunch of legends in the bin, keep what I need, and ready myself to win with big beaters or commander damage. Digging for a baddie, a daddy, and a home. That's a promise. That's a big promise you've made to me. I just saw a Plagon player make a big promise and then out themselves as an undercover police officer. What are you going to do for me? The baddie, check. The daddy, check. The home, check. Perfect deck. Perfect deck. I don't want to see the other 96 cards. This is great. All you can do is let me down now. Literally all you can do is let me down. What are our beaters? Okay. Ward 4, real. Buffing, okay. Okay. Card touching, okay. Oh. Okay. Okay. No. There. What? Okay. All right. I like Excalibur here, actually. Removal. So we have some enchantment removal. That seems pretty reasonable. Dealin'. This is actually where you've let me down. This is, I think, the biggest letdown of the entire deck. This guy fucking sucks. I don't understand the world's fascination with the Bone Mouse. I'm just gonna say it. Like, Tiny Bones has so many fans, and none of them are me. I just never... Because I don't think we're filling... DMC, thank you for the 100-bit cheer. It needs the chunky ramp because the commander is cheap, but I have to be able to cast Fage. Isn't Fage 6 mana? Yeah, I have to be able to cast Fage. Oh, there's 7 mana. My apologies. My fucking apologies. Okay, of the ramp section... I think Dark Ritual is the only one that I think is like real crack smoking. Oh no, this is why. Is the reason I think Eternity Elevator is crack smoking is because you only play this if I know you have a secret dream of getting 20 fucking charge counters on it, and that is where you are smoking crack. Oh, the elevator's in here because it's legendary. Never mind. Never mind. That's a good point. Now I'm with you. Because I was about to say this is just Thrawn Dynamo but expensive, but it's not. It's Thrawn Dynamo but fetchable with my commander. Okay. Okay, I am back on. Yes, yes, yes. I love the little rat goth boy. Very good. I hate this guy, though. Fuck this guy. Like, is he good? Yes. Can he go fuck himself? Also, yes. This seems insane. How are we... What on earth are we... So we have Junji to get something back. We're looking at how do I get stuff back without casting for Satoru. We have Junji. We have casting a creature with the Buster Sword. We have Reanimate. Key to the Vault, Victimize, Rise of the Dark Realms. Oh, Living Death, right, because the Satoru card draw is the important part of Living Death. That is crack smokery. That is way too far up a tree for me. That's we're a 2-mana creature that only does anything if I draw one of 7 other cards in my deck. I think that's a genuine chink in the armor, DMC. I do love him, and I always try to find a home for him, but I do not think 7 is a high enough concentration for us to be like, yeah, let me fucking get this guy. Some of the cheap legends are just here to have board presence. I do think that's a mistake. Like, Nashi's your board presence, and we shouldn't be that precious about our life total anyway. Because frankly, like, oh, I need board presence. What if I had your board not having presence? What about a flash blocker who kills you? Urtai is here. I mean, I refuse to believe Urtai is the only one of his ilk. Stapled upside is very brave for the concentrations we're working with. I think this is like month-old posted upside. Yeah, we want board presence, Bitter Blossom. Fucking Elegman got your ass. We need board presence. And this is the thing that happens to, I think, every deck builder, where we've gone for, oh, what if I grabbed a guy? Did you ever watch Moneyball? If you haven't watched Moneyball is why Satoru sucks in this deck. Because Moneyball, there's all these like old school baseball coaches talking about like, oh, he's a 3-region threat. I forget what their word is, but it's somebody who's like okay at batting, okay at pitching, okay at catching. They're like, we need these like 3-region threats. We need them. And then Brad Pitt and Jonah Hill are just like, what if one guy could get on base? And that's what a 5-tool player. Yeah. Satoru's a 5-tool player. He's totally fine at being a blocker. There is a pie in the sky dream in which he draws his cards, and he's cheap enough to cast. He is 100% a 5-tool player. I don't believe in 5-tool players for the most part. I believe in motherfuckers who get on base. You know who gets on base? Stock Up gets on base. And this is not the stock up deck, because you want something that you can get out of the bin. Like, you want something you can grab with your commander. So it has to be an enchantment or it has to be a legendary, so it's not going to be stock up. But I think we have drafted Satoru as a 5-tool player, and I think that's a mistake. When our commander gives us this much access, if your deck has no very limited card advantage, that is actually where I believe in 5-tool players more, because you need every card you rip to do fucking a bunch of different stuff for you, because you're not going to see that many cards. If this is a deck built to see a lot of the cards in its deck, we do not have any room for 5-tool players. Sleeper's Robe, dope though. Like, the rest of this is all fucking excellent. And this guy's just the tool, which is beautiful. I love Arcanus. Kiora's awesome. Ooh, let's contrast Satoru and Kiora, because I think Satoru and Kiora both have this type of, they're giving me upside in multiple ways, so why do I hate Satoru here and I don't hate Kiora? Kiora's draw upside guaranteed. No matter what happens, if I cast Kiora, I get the card draw. And then she has upside that I'm relatively convinced is going to happen every single game. There is no concentration issue. Versus Satoru and 7 cheatery cards, I'm thinking more games than not, he doesn't draw me any cards. Or maybe he draws me 1 card or 2 cards. And then 1 game out of every 10 or 1 game out of every 20, I get to cast Rise of the Dark Realms with him, and it's 1 or more. Holy fuck, never mind. Yeah. So you can have 5-tool players if all of their tools are guaranteed. But I think basically none of Satoru's tools are guaranteed. Treasure Cruise is great. Waterlog Teachings is great. Rona's great. Research Curiosity, Basim, Geeks, all fucking phenomenal. I mean, yeah, we need to get Fage back, so it makes sense. We need a way to get her back to hand rather than straight to field. Animus is very clever. I love Oversold Cemetery. I'm not super sold on Growl just because it's milled that turn. Like, what do we have that we can't fetch that we need to get back? Fuck this guy, by the way. Indeed, fuck this man. Whenever this creature attacks, tap target creature defending player controls. If that creature has greater power, put counters on equal to difference. That's beautiful. I love this card. Hate. Let's talk about why. I do not think it is ever worth it to go in on just evasion because you rob yourself of one of the best tools of light Voltron commanders, which is combat pressure as removal. This is why I talk so much shit about the Buster Sword, and anytime I see a deck where I'm like, I make my commander unblockable now, immediately upsets me for the primary reason that when you are politicking the deck, unblockability, especially if it is permanent unblockability, forces everybody to go, the only way to deal with Rachel is a gun. Prior to this, the token player is actually like low-key friends with you because they're like, yeah, I don't care, I can deal with you. When you come to get me, I'll just chump block. And then we have to have other tricks in our bag to deal with the token player later, but especially when we go, I have this low mana efficient way to make myself unblockable. It communicates to the table, you must remove me. You're never going to have, you have no other options than to remove me. I care more about the combat damage effect than anything else though. That is true, and that's why you just remove everybody's creatures. By hitting them with your big menacing guy. Like, I'm not saying that we don't care about getting damage through, but I'm saying that Conformer Shuriken is infinitely better than unblockability. Because you know what guarantees you don't get a combat damage trigger is you cast Brotherhood Regalia and the person holding Swords to Plowshares goes, oh, well, I can't have that. Boop. It's more on the pilot side, because in an intellectual vacuum, these cards all work great. And cards like Sleeper's Robe, I'm okay with because there is meaningful upside on top of it. This is like, I also get to draw a card every time I hit you for the rest of the game. Great. That's the only fucking thing I care about with Sleeper's Robe. This unblockability shit? No. I'm not... I would unironically rather run this than... Not this one. Hold on. Is it Ashnod's? Yeah, I would unironically rather run Ashnod's Intervention than I would unblockability, and I will just ram this into the motherfucker who double blocks me with their utility creatures. Every time. Every time. Does it delay my mill by one turn? Yes. Does it communicate that I am not somebody to be fucked with? Also, yes. You decide which is more important. Elk, thank you for the raid. Saw and half. Yeah, there's also Kaya's Ghost Form, which is more relevant for this deck because it is fetchable with our Commanders thing. This guy blows. This guy's awesome. This is unnecessary villainy, which is the best kind of villainy, so I will allow it. This seems fine. This is just a good frag grenade into the fucking leaderboard. Good and hateful. Very low land count, but our commander's 2 mana, so that's great. Okay, so hit list of cards I do not believe in. I love this. I love this so fucking much. These guys are idiots, and that's their only job, so they're great. These are very good. I do not believe in Satoru. I have personal beef with the Aether Spark, but I understand what you're doing here. All great. I believe this is Christmas Land. Good, good, good. Good, good, good. Fuck this guy. Fuck this guy, and then 4 pet card exceptions. And then I think the only one I believe in is Silver Shroud Costume, because it is Shroud. It is a 2 mana protection spell on top of this. The rest of these 4, I have no faith in. I think you are better served doing a just protection enchantment or doing something that will buff their power. Because one thing I'm not a huge fan of with Nashi is if we want them to get big, we have to say no to the trigger every time. And so what I would prefer is like, I don't even know if we get these in Dimir. Creature gets plus whatever. So it's going to be in blue-black. Oh, hell yeah. Alien Symbiosis? That's dumb as fuck. I would be running it over Aether Tunnel. Yeah, like Arcane Flight, this is also soft. This is soft, unblockable, that convinces at least one player at the table. Like, whenever you are the person who is going to commit a problem to the board first, it is always important for you to alienate as few people as possible at one time. And so Arcane Flight versus Aether Tunnel. 1, this is cheaper. You can potentially hold up interaction. 2, it is flying instead of unblockability. And so if there is anybody at the table who is playing flyers, they are still friends with you. Or they at least do not view you as, oh, this is the Voltron deck that's going to kill me turn 5. The Angel player is like, oh, whatever, I'll be able to block it. You can deal with them later. What we don't want to do is go, turn 2, Commander. Turn 3, they're unblockable. Turn 4, Excalibur. You're all going to fuck it. Hey, who Swords to Plowshared me? Mom? Like, that's what I don't like. I like how we replied to Symbiosis and not... I like how we replied to the one I said was a joke and not Arcane Flight, the one I just spent a minute extolling the virtues of. Bestow we can't really get away from. This is probably too expensive. Holy fuck, Astral Wingspan? Hell yeah. I genuinely fuck with Aspect of Gorgon so much more. So much more than unblockability. This is do it. Do it, bitch. We can't cast this because it'll kill my commander. Fucking Cartouche of Knowledge. Cartouche of Ambition. I love all of these. Kill a mana dork and lifelink. Who's afraid of a crackback? Not fucking me. Agent of Shadow Thieves gives destructive death touch and indestructible on attack. I mean, it does say if no opponent has more life than that player. This is another one I'm not a massive fan of because the situation I always want to put myself in if I have a deck that is going to swing one big guy over and over is I want to convince you that you are not next. I want to convince you that you are okay for at least a little while. See, Alice, you and I play against very different tables. Agent also tricks people because they go, well, I'm not at the most, so who cares? The tables I play at, people go, oh, well, I'll be at the most after you hit them. So after you pass your turn, I get you. So that's a lot. That depends a lot on the play group you play. I don't actually believe in the cartouches very much. Oh yeah, what about this thing? Cradle of Safety, enchantment, so we get it back to hand. It is a protection spell. It is also a buff spell, which contributes a little bit more to our goal of like, I am going to apply combat pressure. Curious Obsession also seems genuinely reasonable for you. Like, this is Curiosity and also +1. +1/+1. Because when are we ever not swinging? I think if we ever don't swing, we have already died a spiritual death. And the only thing to do at that point is sacrifice Curious Obsession and concede. And we don't need all of these. Again, please do not let me trick you into running a deck full of shit ass enchantments. Oh, Fey Flight. Ooh, I'm cooking. Karlov Manners, good set by the way. So the ones I would believe in more than, hey, my guy is unblockable now. Flash Hexproof. Let's fucking go. +1/+0, I mill one more card. Flying, I am effectively unblockable against the right motherfucker. I think that could replace your, like, Enter the Enigma. Curious Obsession, and then Cradle of Safety. I think these three are, like, immediate yeses over what you currently have as straight up unblockables, and then I would also consider Arcane Flight. Let's pop this. Dog, you sent in you sent in a second deck. What? The Shadow Council. This guy's just really good. If you're having trouble closing with the current deck list, yes, put this guy in. He's just very good. I actually like this. I like this for the same reasons that I was recommending fucking Ashnod's Intervention. The combat pressure is removal. Me getting a big creature that demands you block with it is better than having a kill spell. So both of these would be good too. You could replace these with the unblockability shit, and I would be equally happy. Hard touching. Hey, there it is. That's what I'm talking about. I don't think we need mana value. I like this guy more than Satoru. This guy is a better blocker and is going to guarantee me my fucking card selection stuff. This guy is the 5-tool player you're allowed to play. Cheatery, okay. Graveyard Theft, no, I think that's going to get confused. I think we have to stay on, I am filling my trash sack and I am pulling stuff out of my trash sack. I don't like Spark Double because it says something we control. I'm not sold on Dread Return because I don't think we ever get the flashback cost for it. I'm ambivalent on both of these. I am a no on all of these. Anytime you want to put one of these in, you put in motherfucking Fey Flight. I'd support Animist. It would be very bracket too, but I would support Animist fully in this. Same shit. I have a menacing creature. I am giving him +1/+1. Kill your elves if you want to live. And frankly, I think if we get more on board with the I am going to be blockable, but you have to give up your utility creatures to block me, you have to give up your mana dorks to block me, you will not feel a need for any more removal. This guy is cute. I do not think the deck currently has room for him. We are already full up on gimmicks. Other than that, extremely good deck. Let me go to the playtester and see how the curve out actually goes. Okay, I do this just to convince you that it's a waste of mana. Dark Ritual, done. Turn 2. I play the guy who actually matters. Turn 3. I go Satoru. I can hit somebody. Nagrom, thank you for the Twitch follow. Welcome to the doghouse. I mill 2. I get this back. I fucking leave this because it doesn't matter. If one of these gets removed, I curiosity the other one. Curiosity, my commander. Bam. Mill 2. I get none back. Amazing. Or I would have drawn a card. So one of these lands should be in my hand. And then, because I would have, as a greedy bitch, I would have drawn the card first. So now I have a 3/3. Huzzah! I got nothing in my fucking graveyard. I got nothing going right now. 1, 2, 3, 4. I declare a thumb war. Fuck this. Thank you, playtester. Thank you, playtester, for scripting how upset I am. I discard this. As a free action, I show the table fell to profane, and I say, block me if you dare. I hit you with my commander. I draw a card. I mill 3. Fucking... Yeah, give me my guys. Give me my fucking guys. Because I'm not about to sack both of my creatures to get Arcanus back. I'll tell you what. Alright, I do that. I discard the estuary. I put that on top of my deck. No, fuck. No, fuck. Gimme Gix. Alright, my next turn. This guy enters tapped. And see, we're doing a lot of tempo stuff. And we're building up to I just do in Garruk's wake. This is another reason I feel like it's important to have a couple of those fetchable +1/+1 effects in the deck, because now, because we have such a high density of hits, it is very rare that we choose to leave everything in the graveyard. And because it is very rare that we choose to leave everything in the graveyard, it's very rare that we get +1/+1 counters on, which means it's very rare that our mill engine accelerates. And so if I think if Curiosity, for instance, was Curious Obsession instead, and we were at 4/4 right now, we'd be a little bit happier. If we had, instead of this dipshit, a Fey Flight or a Cradle of Safety, we would be a little bit happier. Again, it's not going to change the world, but I think it's going to make the deck just that like little bit more effective that can be the difference maker in a lot of situations. Because the stuff we're playing, I like, but we're rapidly falling behind the curve of how amped up everybody's shit gets. Like everybody else at the table, the green player is now becoming a serious problem. They are becoming a serious problem. A lot of other people are going to have value engines that rival or surpass our little rat child. So I just think he needs a little bit of creatine. And I think you have a lot of lateral swaps you can make that are going to improve the creatine situation. Much like that baseball bat. Holy shit, that baseball bat is fire. Get that in here right now. Whoa, whoa, whoa. All right. So I'm going to say... What's up? Oh, tax box. So I think this is pretty high up. I can't decide. Let me think about... I think you're actually on the left face. I think the only thing that has tricked you, and this is a very small part of the deck, is the desire for true unblockability. I think the desire for true unblockability is the downfall of every Voltron player. Just don't do it. Just don't do it. And everything else about it I love. A baddie, a daddy, and a home is quite possibly the greatest deck title I've heard in my life. This is amazing. And I think the rest of it is very well built for bracket 2. There's a lot of like funny, goofy cards. It does not feel too optimized. It does not feel optimized to the point of feeling like a pub stomp deck. And I think you will have greater enjoyment beating the hell out of people with cards like Curious Obsession than we will trying to ensure that we're unblockable. So thank you very much for the submission. I hope you enjoyed. I love this deck very much. We're going to go to the manual ad break, and then it's time for Sigma369. Morahan, thank you for the Prime sub. Welcome back to the dog home. I appreciate those Jeffrey dollars. We will be right back, everybody. I'm going to go use the bathroom and kiss my girlfriend. Sigma, enter the patriarchy. Enter the patriarchy. Oh, Morgrim was recommending Mask of Riddles. I'm sorry I missed that. DMC, thank you for the 100-bit cheer. You did get me with that deck title. That deck title is so sick. Morgrim, this is just a second copy of Sleeper's Robe. And we can't grab it with the commander, so I'm not that sold on it. We can't get it out of the bin if we mill this. Yeah. Yeah, DMC's echoing that sentiment. I would prefer to have a deck full of shit that I can just pick back up out of the graveyard if I mill it versus needing to somehow recur it otherwise. We liking Superior Spider-Man or no? He's fine. I mean, it's bracket 2. If you like him, you put him in. He is not bad enough that I would be like, holy shit, you can't play this guy. I don't know how superior he is. I don't. I hate that. Then yeah, don't run him. Notably, it's not a second Phage. It's a Phage that exiles my original Phage, so then all of my other rehandmate stuff doesn't do anything. Okay, we'll be right back. All right, Sigma's here. Perfect. LeBonk is asking how they submit a deck. This is how. Hey, Dirty Dan, thank you so much. I had so much fun filming with Ben Bateman. Great guy. Become the 5th. Thank you for tapping into the stream from Argentina. I appreciate you. All right, children, we're back. Drag Queen in Space, thank you for the 10 months in a row at tier 1. Welcome back to the dog home. Why are we talking about Michelle Rodriguez and shit? Okay, we're grabbing Sigma's deck. They have sent in a silly deck. This is the current iteration of my Imperial Guard deck, and I've always been a Warhammer player at heart. Deck makes a bunch of vaguely human-shaped dudes and then beats people with them. I like directly touching opponents' life totals. This deck sits somewhere between good bracket 2 and game changer list 3, and I'd like a second opinion as to which. I'm looking for some more ways to justify the color identity, primarily a white soldiers deck with a little bit of Golgari. I'm looking for more ways to bounce back from repeated removal. I tend to catch a lot of heat. Here's the thing, you don't. Frankly. If multiple people, if the table has banded together and gone, we need to shoot Greg, you're getting shot. If your deck can overcome a 3v1 repeated removal situation, that deck does have a name. Its name is overpowered. Maybe there's some stuff we can do once I actually see what the deck is. Let's look. Big Booty Gaming, second one today. Alright, so we have Prava and Ikra Shadiki. So I get a bunch of 2/5. All my creature tokens are 2/5 minimum, and I gain life whenever they deal damage. Alright, so life gain is coward behavior. Oh, I'm so sorry. Life gain is coward behavior. One of my regular players has it out for blood with me. Is it because you keep killing them though? Draw. Yep. You said in the primer, this deck catches a lot of heat. And then you showed me a card draw spell that is only a card draw engine if the table decides to give him back to you. They have to sign your field trip permit for this man to be reliable card draw. Oh, true. Skull Clamp my 2/5 pass. That's right. We non-bow ourselves. Yeah, I'm not. Alright, Bador's a little cute. Whenever you attack with 2 or more... 5 mana? Alright, so be honest with me. Okay, be honest with me. Be honest with me. We opened some Assassin's Creed boxes. Yeah? We like booster packs a little bit, right? We have to. We're throwing fucking Escarpment Fortress into our token deck. Yeah. We got a Warhammer Precon. Buddy did, and the fort is cool. I will not deny that. The fortress is cool. Embiggen. Aspirational. Okay, these do what they say on the tin. Evasion. That's not true. What? These are like those D&D strength rogues who are just like, you don't see me. You don't see me, okay? Yeah, deterrent, Pangy, I agree. Deterrent, maybe. Death touch and lifelink. Me when I deftly evade your attack by pointing a gun at you and daring you to block me, you dumb bitch. But it's a good card. It's a good card. It should be in here. Evasion is killing me, though. Okay, and the rest of these are actual evasion, which makes this even funnier. No, that's also death touch. Alright, So we have 5 pieces of evasion, and then we have 2 cards that are do it, bitch, you won't. Do it. Do it, bitch. 41. Okay. I will say big booty tokens is a better token game plan than I typically enjoy. 41 lands, that's more than responsible. In fact, I'm actually a little bit concerned now, and I swear to God, if I scroll down and see a Scute Swarm, if I scroll down and I see a Nantuko fucking Springheart, I will freak out. Okay, protection, all normal. Ramp. That's good lord. That's fine. Removal. How responsible of that's not removal. How responsible of you otherwise. Token makers, okay. Okay, we're good. Alright. Alright, we're good. Nah, it's not a human shaped dude. Real of you. Real of you. Ouch. Owie wowie. Okay, so first and foremost, I'm going to show you the furry tech. We don't even have to play. What was that card? Overrun? Nah. I mean, trample's nice, but +5/+5 is just I beat the absolute hell out of you. My human token army dons their fursuits and kills you. Game over. Shake my hand. Well, keyboard, clearly the line is that the things that make tokens have to be human shaped and have to make human shaped tokens. If we're assessing this in good faith, that is the clear through line. My token makers are making human shaped tokens. I am not making non-human shaped tokens, and I do support this. And then they all, again, they put their fursuits on and they kill you. I don't think overwhelming Stampede is really going to work for you either, because the greatest power among creatures you control is going to be like 3? 4? No, these are creatures. So 3? 5 if I found Baitor? Maybe? That's a big maybe. We do not have tutors. Maybe 6 if we get Thunderhawk Gunship. Bro got the wrong Dragonstorm card. Holy shit. These are human-shaped. Warrior creatures, these are fucking human-shaped. So I would recommend this over... whatever. At minimum over Overwhelming Stampede. Overwhelming Stampede is supposed to be a finisher, and you do not have the juice to make this a reliable finisher, I don't think. If there was another... if you like spreading the love, this tends to be a pretty good one, especially in combination with your big ass brigade, because then you can go one token here, one token here, one token here. Prava makes them 2 5s, and then they each get +3/+3. You're swinging a bunch of fucking 5/8s around. And this is just a guy in a fursuit. It's a cat knight. Hell yeah. Golgari Charm's removal is killing me, brother. Is there an Enchantress player you hate? Ramp is fine. We have too many lands, for sure. We have too many lands. Our card draw is fucking non-bowed by our own commander. Removal as in remove the board wipe because my dudes come back. Holy shit. Then why is it in the cabinet with the other kill spells, you fucking liar? No. Brother came up with that while I was raking them over the coals for it. They were sitting there out there just, how the fuck is this removal? Oh my god. Okay. So protection's good. In fact, protection is so good that I would recommend that probably 2 or 3 lands just turn into more protection spells. You do have to use this art, I am afraid. I fear that I must inform you. You are legally obligated to use this art whenever you do this. And then the other ones that you're going to want are Flare of Fortitude. This is going to hurt because you are going to be sacking your commander because it does have to be non-token. But you can go Clever Concealment. You can go Flare of Fortitude. And then Flawless Maneuver, if you don't have it already. These are your additional anti-board wipe tech that you want to have stapled to your fucking thigh. Oh, we have Protect. So we have Flawless Maneuver. Yes, add these in. Flawless, Flare, Clever Concealment. And then in your removal section, what you are lacking terribly, like I'm just a little disappointed, quite frankly, that we have a Warhammer deck that does not have Overkill. There is no planetary genocide cards in our removal section. So I do think you should be running at least a couple one-sided board wipes. Ones that are really good for you are probably going to be Battle of Bywater. After Battle of Bywater, there's... Hold on. Come here. Hate, High, Power, Toughness. Perfect. You can do Fell the Mighty. This way, this will scale as you get your other board buffs on. You can just pick... Who's my biggest guy? Everybody bigger than my biggest guy? Fuck you. Now I'm going to hit you really hard. Expel the Interlopers can also do that. Ilala, I am doing great. I hope you are doing well as well. Collective effort could probably be useful for you. You should have enough tokens to... Oh! I don't even think we need Wings of Abandon. Lack of board wipes is due to me being the reason the board wipe is cast. Generally, I want to make more dudes, but valid criticism. I'm not even saying cut token makers. I'm saying fuck Path to Exile. Fuck Sundering Growth. Fuck, like, Entrapment Maneuver is the most clever. I am typically, especially in bracket 2, which this deck is hardcore bracket 2, I am less and less a believer in hyper efficient instant speed interaction. I am a big believer in fuck you, I flip your table and then my table beats you to death. Yeah, we can also do Split Up. If you were going to cut any token makers, it would only be like the very, very worst ones. The very, very worst ones are going to be... I mean, I hate Planeswalkers. Oh, like this guy sucks. Holy shit. Okay, so you're going to cut this one. Yeah, the rest of these are genuinely so fine. I have no problem with you trying to make a bunch of dudes and then trying to beat people to death with those dudes. What I do have a problem with is us trying to pretend like we are tactically knocking over our opponent's Jenga tower instead of just spreading our cheeks and farting. We gotta let it rip. Especially because I do not believe this deck can go quickly enough that it is allowed to ignore a board wipe. Oh, thank you, baby. Alright, we get Soul Ring, so playtest invalidated, because we've played a game changer in bracket 2. Perfect. Oh good, we have a terrible overrun card. That's 2 or more. I actually can't get white. Okay. I'm fine. I'm fine. It's a good land base. It's a good land base. I do turn 1 Soul Ring, turn 2 pass. This is 7 mana. I have 5, so I can't double. I just Ikra Shadiki, turn 3. Orin Frostfang. I gain 7 fucking life, because I am the devil and I draw a card. Excellent. Useless Skull Clamp is here to save me. I have to begin bringing out Prava. And I think I bring out Kaya as well. And I uptick her, and I swing Ikra Shadiki again, and I draw a card. I hope that nobody can get to Kaya. Turn 6, I play another land. Now, I downtick Kaya. It's happening. I tap 4 mana. I make 2 1/1s. I don't run board wipes, by the way. I'm the reason the board wipe has to happen. I cannot redo this because I have no other white pips. Actually, no, I can. I have Cryptolith right in hand. I can tap these fucking 4 and this one. Cope and seethe, motherfuckers. Cope and seethe. And then these are all summoning sick. What a card. What a card. And then at this point, I'm probably down-ticking Kaya, killing her, and then tapping all of these fucking things into making 1/1s. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I get to do it 3 times. So I get to make 6. All right. Now, yeah, now I'm getting board wiped. And this is where I dislike the lack of protection. I dislike mobilization incredibly, incredibly deeply. And so I think if we were going to correct stuff, you got a very cute deck on your hands. Yeah, it kind of hurts with the board wipe. I start my dudes, and then my playgroup goes, he made tokens, and then kills me. Yeah, I mean, you deserve it, though, right? Like, that's the issue, is if we're going to be the token player, we either have to convert much more quickly than this, or we have to be able to defend ourselves. And you have, 1, you have too many lands. 2, we have some very, very bad token makers. What's this curve? Oh, beauty. Beauty. And I'm trying very hard to not cut your Astartes, because I know we love our Space Marines. This is another 5-tool player moment. You're trying to take, what if this was interaction and It made me a token. What if it just did one good thing? Duke, if you recommend aristocrats one more time, I'm banning you. We are warriors, all right? We are not goddamn accountants. We are better than this. So your land base could definitely use additional white sources. Now, how do you feel about the elves? Because another thing we're missing is just, I think you should have more dorks than this. Even if you, like... I can understand us going for lands rather than... I can understand us going for lands rather than going for creature dorks because we're already getting blown in half by board wipes. You need so much mana. You need so much mana. Spending mana on turn 2 to have 3 mana, to have 4 mana on turn 3 is doing fuck all for you. I would highly recommend that your ramp is all either turn 1 or is 3 to 4 mana to get 2 additional lands into play. It is... If a more optimization-brained YouTuber looked at this deck and realized that your best method of token generation most games was Prava of the Steel Legion's activated ability, they would vomit. But if we're going to be paying into this regularly, we need to get a shitload of mana on the field. So Nature's Lore, 3 Visits, Farseek, even the Talismans, Golgari Signet, all that shit is out. All you care about is... What's this fucking thing's name? Because again, I realize you don't want to play a lot of creatures because your creatures are already getting blown up. I don't think it's Rampant Growth. I think it... Or it might be. No, oh, Jesus. That's the one I said to cut. Abundant, maybe? No, wrong one. Hold on. I can get to the tag through this, though. Wild Growth is probably it. Yeah, it's Wild Growth. So here's the world you want to live in. Either I am playing a ramp spell on turn 1 to cast Prava on turn 2, or I am casting a 3 or greater mana ramp spell to guarantee 2 additional lands in play. It can be 1 in play, 1 to hand if you do Cultivate, but 3 visits is the hardest you can waste your time in the world. Like 3 visits is what I would expect corporate espionage to be. Like a friend has taken your deck and looked at it and gone, I need to make this worse. I need to buy us an extra turn to plot against it. What can I do that they won't notice that will fuck this deck? And in this deck, it is playing 2 mana ramp. So get that shit all out of here, and instead you are gonna, with a smile on your face, you are gonna tap out for Cultivate, and you're probably even gonna go for like 4 mana ramp spells because one of your commanders is 3 mana. You're gonna go Cultivate, you're gonna go Sky Shroud Claim. If Scryfall wants to help. You're gonna go Kodama's Reach. You're gonna play Open the Way. Oh, this will save your fucking life. You cast this with 6 mana open, you get 4 lands into play, you're making as many tokens as you fucking want next turn, Brother Bear. Job done. Pack them up. Open them ways right now. So you want this, and then you want all the stuff that is like... Let's go back to the tagger. You could even do Exploration if you want to keep a very land-heavy deck, but like, Exploration, if you have 3 lands in your opening hand, it is enough for you to go 2 lands turn 1, a 3rd land turn 2, play Commander. I never use Exploration again. That's good enough. That is good enough. Or, if you don't want to play your Commander, 2 lands turn 1, a 3rd land turn 2, Cultivate. People will laugh at you and you will win the goddamn game. If you play against blue players you really don't like, Carpet of Flowers. Reds, thank you for the additional $20 tip. I appreciate that generosity so much. Let me look at that tip message, my friend. Oh, Large Smelly, thank you. I'm glad you liked the Risk of Rain video. Left a chat because people wouldn't stop using Clanker despite me asking and using my life experience for why they should stop. Thank you for being an example, that's all. Well, thank you, Breads. I'm glad to hear that. And that is why I have both stopped using Clanker and now push back on it when other people use it, because, like, the most concise, for anybody who's unfamiliar with this and does not want stream to be derailed to hear the entire thing on it, as someone who grew up around a ton of racist white boys, because I grew up in Florida, went to high school in Florida, as someone who grew up around a shitload of racist white boys, Clanker is more and more being used the exact same way racist white boys said the N-word or tried to say things that were almost the N-word. I think it has been warped beyond its initial purpose, and that is why we use cogs now. That's why we use cogs instead. Even though there should not be anything wrong with the word itself, I hear that inflection, I recognize it, my ears perk up, I'm like, nah, that was racist. That was racist. I know it's not a slur, that was racist. Anywho, so you are going to have, Sigma, you are going to have a genuinely difficult time getting a lot of non-creature ramp, but if I could recommend one thing to you, it is to stop ramping on turn 2, ramp on turn 1, or spend a bunch of money to get a bunch of land. You will immediately see a difference. What else can we do? Convoke doesn't matter because we're not trying to cast big and stupid guys, we're trying to activate abilities. So Cryptolith Rite is good. This card could help you quite a lot. Are elves humanoid enough for you, Sigma? Because this is both, you get the tappy ability, and we get a little bit of top deck access, so we might be able to dig. Our creatures are probably, our creature count's low for that, though. Whew. Oh, Enduring Vitality. That's perfect, yeah. Forget what I fucking said about Elven Chorus. Get a deer. Get a fucking deer, dog. Name it John, tap it for mana. And then, I'm not going to recommend Seedborn Muse, holy fuck. How deep do I want to recommend you go down this rabbit hole? I really want a board wipe to be the worst fucking thing that could ever happen to you. But man, if we get this Cryptolith right shit in play. Noob suggestion, but is Point the Way any good? Fuck no. No. It's very cute, but it's not good. I approve this message. Then yeah, we can use Drum Bellower instead of the Vigilance thing, and then it has the maybe upside. But I didn't want to recommend Jaheira, because if we get board wipe, Jaheira is just gone forever. I was looking for stuff like Chorus and then Enduring Vitality because it will survive a creature board wipe. I want to be recommending stuff that is going to live through Wrath of God. All right, so let me tie it up a little bit. I think this is a very cute deck idea. My non-humans are going to make a bunch of humans and beat you to death. I am not a believer in Yes Man. I think you have so many better options than Yes Man. So Skull Clamp, Yes Man, Escarpment. All of these could be replaced really, really easily. Things you could replace them with include Caretaker's Talent, which will also come with an overrun effect, but I understand if you don't want this because it has a bunny and does not look Warhammer enough. If you want something that looks a little more Warhammer, hey, look at that, big statue. Big statue, make draw card, make Big Eldrazi. Very Warhammer, yes. Very Warhammer, yes indeed, good, yum. There is additionally... to Cage's Welcome. But all of these would work in a more guaranteed manner than those 3 card draw spells currently work. Fuck Read the Bones, I love you so much. Poor baby token player. Embiggen. Vigilance is cap. You already have life gain in the command zone. I will not allow you to be any more cowardly than that. If you are going to have life gain in the command zone, no vigilance. You are swinging out. You are letting shit happen to you. So I would turn this into Beastmaster Ascension and just fucking kill everybody. Township's fine. It's a land. The rest of these are all okay. The evasion section still kills me. You need fewer lands. You need fewer lands and you need more acceleration. And then we likely need at least 1 or 2 more protection spells. All of this 2 mana ramp except for Cryptolith Right. Cryptolith Right is fine. This guy's also not fine. Everything from Cryptolith Right onward and Arcane Signet has to fucking die. And it has to become 1 mana ramp or like 3 to 4 mana. Give me a shit ton of lands. Have a good one, Azur. Thank you for coming by today. Your removal section is mostly fine. There are a couple cute cards. I would recommend at least one Battle of Bywater taped to your booty hole in case the table gets a little bit too active. Most of these are fine. Mobilization, gotta go fuck itself. Yes Man, gotta go fuck itself. You do not have the removal to guarantee you're ever going to remove this guy, and the table is just going to collude against you. And then, ouch. I think Overwhelming Stampede or Gruesome Fate, one of these becomes within range. We already talked about Beastmaster Ascension. And I think another one of these becomes Skyhunter Strike Force, and then I think you have a smile on your face until the day you die. We are deep in La La Land. We are deep in La La Land, but I am very happy to let you stay there because this is one of the least annoying token decks I've ever seen. Very good job. Thank you for submitting. We're going to go to the manual ad break, and then it's time for Jarther. DMC, thank you for the 100-bit cheer. Boss, I can't believe it got left off of my considering list, but what do you think about Elbrus the Binding Blade from my Nashi deck? Yeah, that's great. Oh wait, 7 mana? That fucking sucks. What? Oh. I think that is too cute by half for 7 mana in a deck that doesn't have great mana acceleration. You have Eternity Elevator and a fucking dream. Okay, I'm gonna go use the bathroom while we're in the manual ad break. I will be right back, and then Jarther's deck is coming up. What's the flip on this? 7 for a kind of cool thing? Yeah, it's 7 mana, hit somebody, you get a 13/13 dude. 13/13 dude. But if you kill somebody with him, it becomes a 26/26. Narafiel, thank you for the 100-bit cheer. Bits for the chair, Cryptid, I appreciate you. Okay, Jarther. We gonna get you. Well, Jarther, are you here? Proof of life. Proof of life, please and thank you. Back in my day, we paid 10 mana for an 11/11 with cumulative upkeep. I'm so glad. Still awake if struggling a little. Perfect. Let's grab your deck. Silly, spooky. Colorless, bracket 2 beatdown with a bit of potential spice. Yes, I probably need more interaction. Okay. Spider-Man colorless. I see we saw the art and we were like, yep. Iron Spider, Stark upgrade. Okay. So 3 mana tap, put a +1/+1 counter on each artifact and or vehicle you control. 2 mana remove counters, draw a card. So it handles most things for you except for wiping your ass. And I'm betting we have the Sisterhood of the Traveling 99 in here. We have, I can already see Cloud Key and Animation Module peeking up at the bottom of this screen. So we Steel Overseer, we have Voltaic Key, we probably have the new Urza Planeswalker. I'm thinking at least 1 Karn, if not 2. If you held yourself back from putting in Ugin, I would be amazed. I swear to God, I'm going to see an Eternity Elevator. Will I see Trigger Doublers? Might not see Roaming Throne. We're not going to see like the Eldrazi, like there's that commander that does it, he's 5 color. Maybe we see Strionic Resonator. And then we probably see every other colorless card, like all the Battle Thopters we've seen before. Let's see. Okay, Forsaken Monument, Mana Doubler. Okay, Ornithopter, Steel Overseer, Foundry Inspector, Liberator, it's happening. 1 Karn. Can I get a second Karn? Oh my God, a fucking Trigger Doubler. Can I get a second Karn? Hell yeah, thank you. Get the fuck out of my office. Okay. Where's the spice, dog? Interaction. That's not what the word means. That's almost what the word means. This is not what the word means 4 times out of 7. Transmogrifying Wand. That's funny. This card by itself is holding this interaction section up like the 80-year-old contractor who refuses to perceive their sciatica. Oh my God, actual interaction. Thank God. Okay. These two are good. On to Civic. God damn it, Jarther! Okay. We have the hee hee hoo hoo infinite mana. But I think it's like a 5-card infinite to do anything, so that's cool. Ooh, modular. Ooh. Is this the spice you were talking about? YouTube, this is a bracket 2 beatdown deck, by the way. Is this the spice? Arthur? We got the Urza custom Rolex to deal 6 damage in the air? You motherfucker. What? Next to Genji Glove? How dare you sully his name? Here's the thing. It is probably bracket 2. Or this is that type of like, as written, definitely bracket 2. They're printing 3-card infinites in bracket 2. They're printing 3-card infinites into the goddamn precons, you guys. The frogs, they're already homosexual. It's already happened. So it is definitely bracket 2 as written. If you execute it in a bracket 2 game, it doesn't feel super bracket 2, but there's like, this is not a bracket 3 artifact deck. That's hilarious. Well, no, that's oh god. Oh god, wait. Wait, hold on. This just counterspells your own deck. Hold on. If no colored mana. Yeah, this just counterspells you. We're just putting counters on shit. We have the Urza lands, God bless you. We have bounce lands, amazing. It's his bracket 2 is running both Niv Mizzets. That's devastatingly untrue. If I play Unwinding Clock and Clock of Omens, I don't win the game the next time I breathe air. That's what Niv Mizzet does. Like, it's still good. But we gotta be serious if we're talking about, oh, this is too good for bracket 2. I think Clock of, like, you could have these hit the table and nothing would happen. Infinite mana is a little bit different. I don't think we should be doing infinite mana chicanery in bracket 2. Darebrain, thank you for the tier 1 sub for 6 months in advance. Welcome back to the dog home. Let's see how it plays. So we go Waste. We go Ornithopter. We pass. Mirex. I play fucking Mannequin. I pass. I play my commander. I have Urza's Factory. I can't afford my doubler. I can Commander's Plate. So I tap out. I now have Big Iron Spider. I beat the hell out of somebody. I put counters on everything. Hell yeah, we're doing it. It's happening. Oh boy. I hard cast Genji Glove. I beat the hell out of somebody again. This is like a 6 whatever. I tap for counters. And at this point, if you don't block me, I kill you. Jat, I am agreeing. I am picking up with what you're putting down. Jarther, I think the contents of this deck is too much artifact good stuff, and artifact good stuff is a roller coaster. I like right now, this is lethal on one person just off of Voltron. That's not ridiculous, right? I got to put 2 big equipments on my Vigilant Commander. I get to kill you. Now, this is not bracket 3. Everybody has to... I'm making a list of everybody who thinks this is bracket 3. I need to know who not to listen to when they sound off on a deck being too good. Jace's, get up here. Jace's cat, you're going in the fucking book. You're going in the threat assessment note. Philippe, you're going in the threat assessment note. Okay. But Jarther, what I do agree with is it is very difficult for this to feel good because so much of it is artifact good stuff. And artifact good stuff can either combine to put a couple 1/1 counters on things, or it can combine to infinitely draw my deck. I do not think we have a clear enough plan for me to be comfortable playing this in bracket 2. because the stuff that can happen is just so different. Like, I could curve into infinite colorless mana on, I don't know, turn 4. I'm exiting the club against my will, I do that. Or I could curve into a board of 3/3s. And I don't even think that's down to your specific choices. I think that it's more to do with the nature of colorless decks, and especially colorless decks when you begin putting staples in. Like, all of these on an individual basis, I understand. The moment we introduce Marvin to a situation, that is fertilizer and petrochemicals, dog. The CIA is knocking on your door. So I really like Anvil Rot Raptor, Virulent Silencer, Giggling Skitterspike. These are all things. Ooh, Voltaic Servant. These are all things where it's like, hell yeah, I'm beating you to death. I'm having a good time. We're hanging out. Once you start going Echoes of Eternity, I'm copying all my colorless spells. That by itself still isn't too much of a problem. It was really the only problem. This weird, like, why do we even want infinite mana? Like, we don't have an outlet for this. Okay, yeah. Let me tally up the problem children. The problem children are Clock of Omens, Unwinding Clock, Basalt Monolith, Metalworker a little bit, but he's not even the problem child. Metalworker is just that one kid that the problem kids like invite along all the time. Staff of Domination does not have to go. You're going in the note. You're going in the fucking note again, Philippe. Staff of Domination only has to go because we can currently float infinite colorless mana. If we couldn't fucking do that, then Staff of Domination would seem totally fucking fine. Like, I spend 3 mana on my turn to untap my commander to get an extra 1/1 counter. We cannot complain about this when Bristly build decks exist. So many of these interactions and loops are totally fine. The only issue is we have 3 cards, Clock of Omens, Unwinding Clock, and Basalt Monolith, which have, maybe by coincidence, committed 98% of all colorless sins in the history of the game. And if we got rid of them, we have a lot of cute stuff. And as long as we have them, if you're playing against this deck, you kind of like are behooved to play as though you are about to float infinite colorless mana at all times. And if you cut that, the deck probably gets to be exactly what you want it to be. No, see, all right. Deck is gonna be fixed right here. I exile Unwinding Clock from my hand. I draw a card. Holy shit, we're playing colorless bulk rares. Hell yes. Hell yes. So land pass, normal bracket 2 behavior. Land Mana Rock pass, normal bracket 2 behavior. Land Commander pass, normal. Land Cryptothrall. My commander's hexproof. I tap. Everything has a counter. Hell yeah. Very bracket 2. I exile Clock of fucking Omens from my hand as a free action. I play Swarmyard. Okay. I'm understanding why you fell for this trap now, Jarther. We're going to the MS Paint zone for this one. So what we have right now is we have a lot of cute stuff. And I'll say this is like... This is quantity. This is power. So we put a lot of cute stuff in this deck to have a funny, silly bracket 2 thing. This is like pretty weak. Even for bracket 2. Play this against precons. This is a very, very weak run out. And we went, oh man, my deck's really like too cute. And then instead of having it like taper off, and what you should have done is, oh, well, I'll play some medium stuff. I'll play some better creatures. I'll play some threats. That'll handle it. We instead went, I'm going to play the really shitty cute cards. Nothing in the middle. Infinite mana combos. Versus a nice steady curve of my stuff is going to get better and better as the game goes on longer. And then maybe I can have like 1 or 2 really, really good cards. Which is what we needed to do instead of trying to balance Crypto Thrall and goddamn Clock of Omens Unwinding Clock combo. But I think that can be fixed. We can cut the 3... We can cut the 3 infinite problems, and then... Cryptic Trilobite's very cute. I believe in a lot of these. Yeah, sure, Mishra's Self-Replicator. That's adorable. That is fucking adorable. Wow, that hurts. So we free mulligan. We have Cryptic Trilobite and nothing else in this opening hand. I get to scry 1. Fuck yeah, great card. Cryptic Trilobite for 1. Land module tap. This goes up to a 2/2. This becomes a 3/2. Counters got placed. I pay 1 for each of my creatures and I make 2 1/1s. Yeah, look at that. Look at that. Look at how happy we are. We get to go Fomori Vault. I tap again. A counter goes on to everything. I'm pretty sure I continue to get these triggers. I remove a counter from Trilobite. I'll take 2 counters off a Trilobite to pay to do 1, 2, 3, 4. And then my Mycosynth Golem is like nothing. He's 3 mana. That's good. That's good. And bracket 2-ish. It's about to get a lot less bracket 2. Actually, no, it's still... I'm about to be empty-handed. So I get free Karn. All my shit's free now. I'm gonna sound like a fucking crazy person. But I'm about to recommend Mystic Forge. Or something akin to it. What I dislike about this deck is that it's colorless. I think bracket 2... I don't know if this even qualifies as a hot take, because I'm just correct. Monocolor bracket 2 decks suck. They suck to play against. They are all extremely top heavy. They are all extremely tunnel visioned and require to be allowed to do their thing, and their thing always fucking kills you. I dislike them across the board, and I think this deck is suffering from the exact same thing that every bracket 2 Krenko deck suffers from. But if we want to stay in bracket 2, I don't think you need to shit mana as much. I think you need to be able to play more cards. Because the typical limitation that colorless has is they vomit their hand and then they're done. If you want to have a healthy bracket 2 dynamic, you need to not be done. You don't need to have more you don't need to have more mana to vomit harder. You need to take an anti-nausea medication. And Mystic Forge, the thing is, Mystic Forge with Mycosynth Golem immediately gets not fine, even though I know it's kind of like it's what we want to be doing. So I would almost recommend making this a bracket 3 deck. Because in bracket 2, I don't think you're ever going to get to do the thing you want and have it land appropriately. Because what artifact decks want to do, what colorless artifact decks want to do, is rip through their deck at maximum speed, slam a bunch of shit onto the board, and then hope nobody can board wipe them. And if you do that in bracket 2, you are always called a pub stomper. You've ruined board game night if you do that. But if you do it in high power or higher power, it's great. You tried to get away with crime, and they let you get away with crime. Let's see if there's other... I mean, we could Gyre Reach. We could Bonder's Enclave. We could Howling Mine. Make it a little more group huggy. We can't do Eldraine because it cares about colors. We could do like Mask of Memory. Dragon's Horde does not do anything. We could Key to the City as well, even though it's not very good. We have War Room in the deck. We've been on that tech. Yeah, we have War Room, but I don't think we have Bonder's Enclave. This is the most... This is the most high-power deck builder tries to figure out what's bracket 2 appropriate card ever. Like, it's... Speed is a bad mechanic, yes? If I play this, the people, they will clap, yes? You could do Palantir. I agree with that. I think that could work for you. That guy was higher up on the EDH rec rankings, though. Is he a bitch? Coveted Jewel bracket 2 is hell. Staff of Compilation is also playable for the Proliferate. Or for the card draw. Ooh, Sword of Fire and Ice. Oh yeah, we could get more swords in here. That might be how you make this bracket 2. If we want to do bracket 2 beatdown, we could do not Voltron the Iron Spider necessarily, but do a little bit more like soft Voltroning. But that's the swap that I think has to happen. We have to go into a more mid-range board gamey playstyle. Like, we have to be a little bit more battle cruisery, because right now we are doing nothing, or we are going crazy stupid infinite. And we do not have enough of an in-between. So which swords of are going to be worth a goddamn for us? Makes a bodies, whatever. Draws a card. Excellent. Forge and Frontier. More land drops. Excellent. I believe wastes count as basic, but I don't think we want to flicker any of our stuff. We are not doing Feast and Famine in bracket 2. Holy shit. This deck already has a vibes problem. We do. The last thing we want to do is go, all right. Hey, listen, I'm not going to go infinite. Discard your hand. Please, discard your hand right now before I get upset, all right? Please. And I do not think we utilize, for the same reason, I don't think we want to do the mana shitting. Untapping our lands does barely anything in the deck as it is. We need more cards in hand. We don't need more resources. Once in future surveils, which is almost like drawing cards. Ooh, truth and justice, proliferation. Hell yeah. Chill as hell. Jarther, thank you for the 10-bit cheer. Worry just a bunch of big dorks won't be enough, which caused the mana pile. But yeah, I can see this not being okay in Gen Pop. But against people I know, well, maybe okay, but probably need to remove the monolith, untap at minimum, or go to bracket 3. Yes, I would recommend going to bracket 3 or removing, because the issue also is making a shitload of mana doesn't do enough for you. Like we have a, oh, I'm going to float 10 colorless mana, and then the follow-up is and. Because if I float a bunch of mana to draw cards from my commander, now I don't have a board anymore. Like really what we want out of this is we want more ways for your board state to be compelling. And we have these, whether we float infinite mana or we just go sky high with mana, we have a couple different ways to cheat the mana system of the game quite a lot, but cheating the mana system of the game is actually doing relatively little for us. Oh, you have Bonder's Enclave. Good boy. Like, I have Iron Spider. And, like, I could go infinite mana here, but, or not, okay, sorry. Let me not misspeak. I have a bunch of mana right now. I have Thrawn Dynamo, I have these mirrors, I have Cloud Key to cost reduce. I really don't care. All I care about is I want to tap Iron Spider. Maybe I want to tap Iron Spider a second time. But if I start using this mana and then undoing my counters just to draw cards, best case scenario, I repeat that loop, and then I get into this very weird pseudo combo territory in bracket 2, which I don't think is very satisfying. I think it's what a bracket 3 version of the deck wants to do, but I think down in bracket 2, you want to just have like more guys who hit you. Which is why I'm thinking about recommending a lot of these swords. You don't really have a lot of instants and sorceries that matter. But if you did Forge and Frontier, Fire and Ice, and you did the Buster Sword, then you just get to beat the shit out of people and everything's great, man. You're having a good Sunday. You jam one of these up a urethra, job done. So your big heroes for the deck are probably the Self-Replicator, probably the animation module. That was crazy. Animation module was fucking awesome. But I do think you need less mana, more cards. Fuck, dog. You could even run Oketra's Monument. That's hilarious. The cost reduction does nothing, but you just get a bunch of guys. Oh, threefold Thunderhulk would be awesome. We need to chunder on him. Hell yeah. Especially. We don't control any humans. This is colored. Fucking Genesis Chamber? Hell yeah. Give me more guys to put my fucking counters on. Give me Anduril. Make me 1/1 flyers I can put counters on. Like, we've built a bracket 2 deck with an almost bracket 4 mindset, or like with a bracket 4 understanding of what artifact decks typically want to be doing, which is to, oh, I float 20 mana, and then if I float 20 mana, I win. Which is true at bracket 4, but is not the approach we want to have in bracket 2. Bracket 2, we just want to be kind of swanging around like, heh, this guy's funny. Found some golems, Brother Bear. So that is what I would do. I would take out those infinites. The other things I would swap. Thrawn Dynamo, Palladium Mirror, Metal Worker, Eternity Elevator. Clock of Omens, Unwinding Clock. Those 6 for sure. Or those 5, or however many I said. And then you can probably keep the rest, dog. No to the chamber. It got me killed once already. Aw, somebody's afraid of death. Point and laugh. Point and laugh at the man who's not accepted his own mortality. Ha 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 ha. I got my coffin pre-selected, Brother Bear. You can't play with me like this. We can pay mana into... Oh yeah, and then we get a guy who has a bunch of babies. This is also excellent. So that is what I would do. I would take a lot of your mana acceleration and I would turn it into stuff that is going to let you look at more cards. Whereas right now, this is way too good card pilled, brother. You have been led far astray by all of the hyper good generic artifact cards, and some of them are perfect for the deck. Animation Module is perfect for this type of shit. Marvin is unfortunately still a very, very good card. Steel Overseer, aka the second copy of my commander, is very, very good. Giggling Skitterspike is a fucking standout savior. Cyberman Squadron kind of sucks, actually. Hold on. I really don't believe in this guy. We get to take our deck, which is taking a bunch of very small artifact creatures and giving them counters, and give them Myriad, such that they pop out with no counters on, and add 3 points to my damage total. I think this guy can go too. And after that, we just got to get you selecting some cards. We got to get you drawing. We could do Worm Coil and shit. But that's where we're going to end your deck. Thank you very much for submitting. We're going to do the manual ad break, and then it is time for Piper Tall's deck review. I will see you all in a few minutes. Inalienable Alibi. Have you ever built a Blim deck? No, I really don't like Blim. I think 3 to 5 years from now, there will be enough cards to make a lot of... I think there will be enough cards to make a deck where Blim can function in a way that isn't awful, but I do think that right now, most Blim decks boil down to, I'm going to give you a thing that ruins the game for you, and then I'm going to lose. Why does bracket 2 mean bad to this guy? I think you clearly misunderstand me. A lot of the precons have a lot of focus strategies that aren't just look at this dude. That's true. I think that the focus strategy this deck has been doing is very antithetical to bracket 2 though, and they shipped it to me as a bracket 2 beatdown deck, which does boil down to look at this dude. If they were like, here is my bracket 2 self-mill deck, I wouldn't be recommending, hey, play a 5-mana dumbass that doesn't do anything else. But if you said, I want to play bracket 2, I hit you, we got to have some dudes for you to look at. And you got to look at them as they punch you. And very specifically, the way that we were trying to effectuate that was by floating infinite mana. And if we look at the chart, I would actually say a lot of bracket 2 happens in here, where we're playing pretty good cards that just aren't extremely excellent. And this deck had a lot of very bad jokesters. Case in point, modular cards. Case in point, where's that one bird? A 2/1 with flying. Very bad cards. And then we had, oh, well, if I float 20 mana, I can draw my deck and tutor whatever I want. Which I think is on the opposite end. But I do think bracket 2 should have much more. I lost that whole sentence, holy fuck. Bracket 2 should be pretty focused on cards you think are cool. If you're building it for yourself. WotC is building a product for other people to buy who have not played Commander before. Or don't play very much Commander, and it needs to just work. What if my favorite thing in Magic is infinite combos? Then you play bracket 4. Or CEDH. And you have a great time. Like, there is 100% space for you at a table that is over there, and I don't personally like the smell of, but it's fine. It's allowed, you can do that. Hold on, it's time to establish a little bit of dominance. Daily duo trigordal. Okay. So we have G, N, R. Alright, genre, that's one board done. I might be cooked. Oh no, I'm +1. I can still solve it. So I can't miss, I don't think, anymore. We have double E. It could be Tweed. I'm not convinced it's Tweed. This one's almost done. This one's also almost done. So this is something Inge? Singe, binge. I'm gonna try hinge. If I get it wrong, I'm just cooked for the day. I'm the fucking best. Maul, do you think any infinites have a place in bracket 2? Guidelines say 3+ card infinites can be okay. I think rules as written, yes, they do. Wizards has communicated over and over again. If your infinite is 3 or more cards, you are allowed to play it in bracket 2. If we are playing a bracket 2 game, which I play very infrequently, the first thing I will rule 0 is that I don't want to play against infinites. But I don't think it's the law. I don't think I get to call the cops on you if you have infinites in your deck. They're just not a play pattern that I like. Like, especially the deck I hate the most. And this is why I don't play bracket 2, really. The deck I hate the most is this deck does nothing, does nothing, does nothing, does nothing. Machine has been assembled, I win. Oh, I fucking hate that. Oh my god, it is the most annoying thing in the fucking world to have somebody just like twiddling their thumbs in the corner, not participating in the game, and then the combo is achieved, and they're like, oh, but it's cute because it uses a card from 2007 that people didn't think was very good when it released. And that's why I don't play bracket 2. I have recused myself. That's not me saying your happiness is invalid. It's me saying I hate that play pattern so much that I will just not play at the power level where those people are at. Because I want to have a good time. So I'm gonna keep myself safe. Fuck that shit. This could be minty. Okay, that's done too. I guess this could be witty. I'm so fucking smart. There's a lot of words there could be there. So none of that RKO out of nowhere. Even there's the RKO out of nowhere. I don't want to be guilt tripped for turning off your death ray. And bracket 2 is the bracket where over and over and over again you assemble a death ray in front of me, and then if I hit the off switch before you can shoot me, people will turn to me and go, "What the fuck, man?" I can't take it. I refuse to navigate that situation. And everybody, like, I think this is so colored by personal experience because many people think bracket 3 is that bracket. So if you don't like bracket 3 for that reason, I get it. We're trying to avoid the same person. I just can't deal with butthurt doofenshmirtz. I can't do it. I will not waste my time. Murky Flows, thank you for the 500 bits. Hey, Dogfather, been a week or so since I've been able to catch the stream. Not sure if you remember meeting me at MagicCon, but I told you I had a mint beta Earthbind for you to sign, and I just needed to get it to you the next day. I wasn't able to find you the whole rest of the weekend, so just know I'll be hunting you down next year to get this horny mission completed. Love you, Dad. I love you too, Murky. I appreciate you so much. Oh no, Scarlet. Everybody gets one, you get one why me every game. It's not even, okay. Here is my impression of the type of player that makes me refuse to play bracket 2. Oh, you're reality shifting my guy? Come on, dude. I mean, yeah, all right. It was gonna go infinite. All right, yeah, you got me. Too bad. Okay, untap, upkeep, draw. I mean, can't really do anything. Blew out my whole game. Pass. Whatever. And we get to their next turn. And they go like, untap, upkeep, draw. Still can't do anything. Pass. Oh no, sorry, let me take that back. I'll tap for a Thrawn Dynamo. Pass. That's what I can't take. It's not the like, It is not the why me, I'm not even doing anything. It's not the like, come on, bro, please let it live. It's the people who build a death ray and then get their death ray turned off and then kill the fucking mood, are passive aggressive for the rest of the game because they got their death ray turned off. That's what I can't fucking take. And that's what I ran into over and over and over again at bracket 2. What about that guy, but he's like laughing about it? Depends on the pilot. That is like, at that point, you are not being a Magic player, you are being a comedian, and it comes down to how good you are at comedy. Because there are 100% people who can pull that off. More power to them. I do kind of get a little, if you get like super mana screwed outside of the death ray, then the rest of your hand can't really work right. I'm not saying I don't understand their frustration. I understand their frustration. I just hate building decks that way, and I hate playing against decks that are built that way, and I have found the greatest concentration of those deck builders exist at bracket 2. Maybe they exist at 4. I don't play bracket 4 at all. If I'm playing above bracket 3, I'm playing full-on CEDH. So maybe even more of them exist at bracket 4, but I have typically found that at bracket 3, decks are built well enough that if somebody turns off the death ray, they can keep playing. I like that. Or like when I play bracket 3 and I play my VV deck, I'm like, I tell people at the beginning of the game, if you target him, I'm going to go, why me? It is always correct to remove him. At any point, if VV is on the board, it is a good decision to kill him. And I say, okay, now that we're starting the game, I'm going to lie and tell you that he's a totally normal guy, but I need you to know it is always reasonable to shoot him in the head. And at bracket 2, you get way more people who are like, no, but I'm doing something cute. You don't like, we don't have to. We don't have to. And then if you do it anyway, because you have threat assessed correctly, they go like, oh man, I guess I just have to land pass. Do it then. I can't take it. I can't fucking take it. I don't even remember what got me on that tangent. Keyboard, thank you for coming by the stream. I appreciate you being here. But I feel very strongly about it. And again, massive personal bias. This 100% is not like a thing that is a consequence of the rules of bracket 2. It is just I have had enough negative experiences at it that I tend to avoid it now. Unfortunately, nobody will believe me now because of that. When I play Vivi in the 99 of Sisay, where he's actually semi-normal for me, but like I do get it given the stuff other people do with him, I just wanted a silly, legendary, prowess-esque mana dork. I mean, that's what I use Vivi for. Nani? Nani? Jarthur, thank you for the 100 bits. I'll get the worst defenders in Cyberman out. Knowing the person I play with is perfectly okay with the death ray and I'm okay with the death ray. If you're okay with it, then keep rocking. That's just not the way I typically move. Are you even supposed to do threat assessment in bracket 2? Yes. It doesn't have to be. You should be more okay with making bad decisions. Like, you should not be agonizing over threat assessment in bracket 2. Let me give you an example of perfectly appropriate bracket 2 threat assessment that happened to me. I looked at a person who was playing Arabella. They were playing an aggro deck. The rest of the table was catching up. I had a Dazzling Sphinx out. I told them, listen, I'm not trying to kill you, but we need to get removal for what's happening on the other half of the table. I'm going to swing the Sphinx at you. please let me hit you so that I can get removal off the top of your library and use it on somebody else. And I swung the Sphinx, and they fucking swords to plowshared it. There were multiple, infinitely more threatening creatures on the board that could have been removed. And I was like, Nani the fuck? And they were like, you swung at me. That is bracket 2 threat assessment. That is perfect bracket 2 threat assessment. You still do it. You're just not doing calculus. You're like, I don't know, man. Some hands came my direction, so I responded appropriately. So that's the type of... It's just like... You don't need to have a goddamn war council every time there's like a powerful creature on the board. You can just go, oh, I don't want my life points to go down. You have a big dinosaur. I'm going to kill it. Okay, we got to do Piper Tall's time. Let me go grab this deck. Silly, comma spooky. The deck aims to double spell as much as possible and win with big creatures. It is effectively split in half between an Izzet Spellslinger and Gruul Stompy list. Oh my fucking god, not Eshki, bro. Alright. Eshki is the commander since she triggers the power 4+ synergies off the bat, serves as an early game deterrent against free hits, and interacts with the double spelling the deck tries to do. I typically play around bracket 2, but while doubtful, it'd be neat to find a path to make this bracket 3. You definitely can. It's very, very possible for this to be bracket 3. Eshki, Timmy's Roar. So we're doing double spell. Okay. That will technically trigger the commander, probably. You motherfucker. Okay. Let's go into surgery. No, this is the right Eshki. This is the right fucking Eshki. Team your battle crier. Draw. So Piper Tall, let's talk premise. Let's talk premise and what I dislike about your premise. What I'm not a big fan of here is that we have two different archetypes we are trying to make kiss. We are trying to make double spelling and power 4 or greater meet in the middle. And the thing about power 4 or greater is typically with power 4 or greater, we are doing that by casting expensive guys. And now we're trying to double spell a big expensive guy and a very inexpensive non-creature thing every turn, which is going to be extremely difficult to make happen reliably. Yeah, finisher. I mean, the stompy part, I believe in you. You could tell me whatever the fuck you want. As soon as I see Karlach and Maelstrom Wanderer, oh my god. Mauled, how do I make this bracket 3? How on earth? What could I do to make this bracket 3? I can only bounce my opponent's board every turn. And then we just opened, this was just like out of the pre-con, or we opened some fucking Dragonstorm packs. A little bit of protection. A lot bit of ramp. Removal. Holy shit. Only I get mana dorks, fuck ass. Okay, fight is reasonable with Eshki. Second spell. Uncounterable. Typical team year fucking trauma response right here. We have a sweeper. We're just here. We're just discover. Why did we tag this? We opened Ixalan too. Ant Faden on TikTok. There are days where we have a free queue. Today is paid reviews. So I guess what I don't understand is why we've picked Eshki. Because it seems like all of your non-creature spells, or most of your non-creature spells, were put in the deck under duress in order to potentially trigger Eshki. I refuse to believe you have ever read Ponder. It kind of morphed between builds. Some tags are outdated. Are you open to swapping commanders? Because if you're doing Eshki, it really behooves you to do like a pseudo Voltron thing, or to have some... Yeah, like we literally have Power Matters Eshki. You don't even need a whole other bitch. You have the same bitch in the same outfit. All right, if we're open to that, we should just swap to Temir's Roar. We should just swap immediately. You even tagged it like it was other Eshki. We did one tag for... We have one tag for Power 4, one for Power... Like, I have to ask, did we just misinput this commander on Moxfield? The second spell tag makes me think, no, we didn't. But so much of the way this deck is tagged as if it is a Eshki Temir's Roar deck. It was originally Temir's Roar, then changed. Interesting. Can you tell me why it changed? So we've morphed it away from a Temir's Roar deck. What did we not like about the Temir's Roar deck that made us turn this into the double spelling commander while keeping 80 of the cards in the deck? The Timmy's Roar commander. Jack, what the hell? Wait, okay. Hold on, Piper Tall. I have to be rude to somebody. Do you really need to know? Just fix it. What the fuck do you think we do here, Jack? Do you think I'm some soulless card mechanic just handing out, here's the good green card, here's the good red card, here's the good blue card? The only fucking thing I care about optimizing is the dopamine you want out of the deck. Yeah, I need to know. Because that informs what your fucking vision was. Yes, I do in fact have to know what you liked and did not like about the deck if I am to just fix it. You fucking idiot. You fucking child. What are we talking about? Just fix it. Sorry, my fault. That's me for the day, everybody. Yeah, get the fuck out of my... How do I ban somebody on YouTube? I think that did it. All right, we have our first... we have our first fucking YouTube ban. What a fucking loser. Holy shit. Anyway, yes, Piper Tall, it's very important. Wanted to try something a little different because it wasn't doing what I wanted. Okay, let us expand more on that. Did we fill out the favorite interaction section? Let me look. If I could partner Eris and a Modi, the deck would likely be more consistent with what I'm trying to do. Dragonback Assault also turns land ramp into more dragons. Okay, let me look at Eris. So you do care about double spelling, but it seems like, oh god, you're a Timmy who's discovered math. How fucking horrifying. So we care about double spelling, but we care about double spelling. We want the outcome of our double spelling to be I get big 4/4s. And then I would also like 1 million free dollars. I do believe that the first Eshki is still probably the appropriate one for this deck. Because I think what's going to get us confused here is I think trying to consistently cast creatures and non-creatures over and over again is going to get us tripped up. Yeah, Sunbird's Invocation is going to be a little crack rock for you. Piper Tall, I'm going to show you a card. How much joy does this spark? Oh yeah, no, Bluesy. This was some fucking random person on YouTube who was like, why do you need to know what they liked about the deck? Just fucking fix. I mean, like, fair play to them. There are a lot of people who make videos about this game where the only thing they can make videos about is mechanical combos. So if you have never interacted with my content, it is understandable that you might assume I am one of those people who the only thing I can offer you is, here is a good card for the deck you want to play. Yeah, Eli, that's kind of what I'm leaning towards too, which is why I still don't like Eshki, is it sounds like they want to be just creature. Because there's some other tricks we can do for 2-power Eshki that would save us. We can do like Sunbird's Invocation, but I'm trying to get a feel for Piper Tall, for how much Piper Tall wants to just rip creatures onto the battlefield and how much they want to be like a dragon with glasses on. Because that's a vibe too. Is I want to play Teemier, but I also want to interact sometimes. I want to seem like I'm smart and clever. But Lurking Predators is very much the like, bam, 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 bam. Here's the fattest ass ever. Daniel, that is a good suggestion. I'm going to hold off for for Piper Tall's response. And now we're going to go to EDH Rec. And I'm going to look at other... we're going to check out some other Teemier commanders to see if there's other things we like, because I was initially surprised they weren't just playing Animar. We're definitely not doing modal. Riku also kind of seems like what we want to do. We're not stealing. God, Teemier is... that is a short barrel. Holy fuck. I don't think we need Kaidel or Elena. Okay, so we're strapped very, very quickly. Anima starts too small. Insane statement. Let me see how quickly this deck is running to get a feel for the type of speed we actually want. We have our favorite card in the deck in our opening hand. That's cool. Mew and I growth rampantly. Turn 3. Mew and I anarchomance. Okay, because I've anarchomanced, I get to commander. Do I get to non-creature this turn? I might. Fuck it. I abrade something just to trigger my commander. Go fuck yourself. Cultivate. So go down 2. I'm just pretend these are legal targets. We're doing a quick playtest. I truly do not care. I play this. I should have played Jorien first, because then I would draw an extra card, go to combat, bam, bam, draw 2. Excellent. Let me draw your attention to what's currently happening. We're trying to build up for Eris Roar of the Storm. That said, we have a Vigilant Trampling 8/8. So we are actually able to trigger this double spelling with our ramp. I do like that. I think it is very different from the type of deck you want to play, because all we're really doing is Voltroning Eshki. We're definitely not storming off. Holy fuck. Holy fuck, are we not storming? Do you like this guy? Is this the guy you want to be the hero of the deck? Like, is it Eris, Stormscale Scion, Emoti? Is what we really, really want? Blurry, they want access to green. They said in their primer that a perfect world is Eris plus Emoti as the commander. Not really, but 1 to 2 extra dragons is still good. Okay, so then what is the hero? If you could pick a guy that you get to cast and you're like, I'm now happy because I got to cast this guy. Because what we have we have 2 decks that are Siamese twins. We have 2 decks that need to be surgically separated. Because there's a really, really good Eshki deck in here. And there's a really, really good other Eshki deck in here. But right now, like, this Eshki deck needs less big shitheads. And it needs more things to reliably double trigger her. And it needs more protection. The other Eshki deck needs to cut Ponder and just run more mana dorks. It needs to not run Expressive Iteration, and it needs to run like Rishkar's Expertise or Vaultborn Tyrant. Probably either Maelstrom Wanderer or the 10 mana Cascader. Okay, we're going to other Eshki. 10 minutes, we're going to save you. How is that tagged ramp, dog? Oh, I can't even add all of these. Okay, hold on. Oh, that's an illegal copy. Utopia Sprawl I don't think we need because in green I doubt we need fixing as much. Hmm. Does this Eshki get a counter every time I cast any creature spell? Is she that good? That would be fucked up. Where's Open the Way? Open the Way is some other shit we need right now. Put to battlefield is not as good for us because it doesn't allow us to trigger Eshki. I'll just put Open the Way in directly. Okay, so we have Open the Way. We have 27 cards. I put in command towers. I add, I don't know, 40 of them. Maybe 30, maybe 38 lands is appropriate for this deck. Yeah, Ecoliches. You can just drag from Scryfall. Every creature is a +1. So then we're also going to do... let me look at the tags on Voltborn. We want red, green, blue creature fall. We could do Garruk's. This is an enchantment instead of a creature, so I'm inclined to cut it later. Elemental Bond is power matters. Tear of the Peace is power matters. I don't think we're on dragons enough yet. Temur Ascendancy is shit we were already in. Gyre Sage could get dumb for you. Surak and Goreclaw will give us Trample, which is nice. We are not doing Intruder Alarm. Holy fuck. Vaultborn Tyrant. 1/+1/+1 counter is not good enough. Kiora is great. Railway Brawler is extremely stupid. I think this card might make you happy. This is an extremely funny card. I don't think we're doing toughness greater than or equal to power. I'll just throw Encroaching Dragonstorm in there for the time being. Bramble Sovereign will make you happy. Thorn Mammoth is very funny. I feel like Breaching Dragonstorm is also what you want. And then, you know, who doesn't love ramping a little bit more? We'll do... What's that? Fuck ass... Chameel. Then what else do we need? Will the seasons do anything for us? Did you already throw in his 10 mana Cascade guy? Not yet. I should go to the old list and pull that up as well. I wonder if I can pull them like directly from here. Let's go grab the guys that you really love. I can't. It's bullshit. We want Maelstrom Wanderer. Apex Devastator. Emoti. Goreclaw. Temur Battlecrier. Oh, and we should get a Gwenna Eyes of Gaia as well. What the fuck does Intet do? You've been recommending Intet for like a clear hour. I'm gonna hope for the best, prepare for the worst with this one. Absolutely not. Pipertol, if you think this is cute, go ahead. Yeah, Hulking Raptor is our new best friend. Monstrous Vortex. We probably need like interaction at some point. Or maybe card draw. Rishkar's Expertise, my beloved. Hold on. No, this is the one I already put in. I need the tagger for it. Ah, yeah, Uro's great. We'll go Power Matters. Colors equal to or less than red, green, blue. Dude, what about Dragonhawk? We're not doing elves. And then... Elysian Caryatid could do it. I am not putting a fucking Planeswalker in this deck. I swear to God, you are not getting me. You are not tricking me. We have Vaultborn. I gather my seasons. Then we have space for one more card. We put that in already. I don't want to bite down, dude. We don't need that. Oh, we could put Vivi in this deck? That would be so stupid. I mean, Glorious Sunrise is downright adorable. Kiora's a Planeswalker, but she's only like 3 mana. She doesn't count. Yeah, Dance with Calamity. Fuck it. This is the worst deck possible, but it's such a beautiful card. I don't care. Let's see if this plays Magic at all. We missed all of our dorks. We're going to Primo. We missed all of our dorks. There were like 13 1 mana value pieces of ramp in this deck. Holy shit. We go down to 6. You will be doing this in your new life. Excellent. What do I tuck? I took a land. Fuck it. I'm brave. I'm a brave boy. I play Eladamri's Vineyard. Everybody gets ramp. It doesn't matter because I'm going to use it more than they will. Iguana. 1, 2, 3, 4. I have 6 mana. But that 6 mana has to be used on a creature. I get Monstrous Vortex. And we just keep missing our fucking lands. Holy shit. Alright, we get Eshki. Bramble Sovereign. This cares about 5 or more, so maybe we do cut this because we don't want it in a deck that's mostly on 4 or more. We get Bramble Sovereign, counter, draw. Holy shit, thank you, Lord. Now we get to do the bullshit. So we go Vaultborn Tyrant. So 4 mana just came from that. 5, 6, 7. So when I cast this, I untap it. When it ETBs, I tap this again for 2 mana. I get a token copy of this. Isn't that neat? So when this enters, I draw a card. When the token copy enters, I draw 2 cards. Oh, but I had a Discover 7 trigger. So I got Shamil. Then I draw a card, then I draw 2 cards. How do we feel about that interaction, Piper Tall? I realized the road there was a little bit, you know, I'm not super pleased with the road there because we had to mulligan down to Eladamri's Vineyard. But do we enjoy... Wham bam, thank you ma'am. I have 2 Velociraptors now and they discover into a Velociraptor Palace. So we pass to end step and we get fucking... We get Uro. ETBs, we don't have mana, unfortunately. Oh, and we draw 2 more cards. Off of the... Oh no, we only draw 1, because Eshki only triggers once. Let's see, this time we do Wild Growth. Next turn we do Eshki. Next turn we do... Vineyard Bond. This turn, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We're 2 short. That is upsetting. We Arbor Elf. I Dance with Calamity. That's 3, 7, 12. Exacties. Well, not Exacties. Almost Exacties. We get Moldiah, Roiling Regrowth, and Garruk's Pack Leader. So we get a counter, we get a counter and a card. We get another card, and we cast Roiling Regrowth. So this goes away, and we get 2 more lands. The rest of these fuck off. And now for my next trick. I float 5 mana between 2 lands and a dork, and I cast Railway Brawler, and that makes the world explode. I get a counter, I draw a card. I don't even have to tap this because I had 2 floating green. I draw an extra card. I'm playing with the top revealed, by the way. I can play lands from top. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Horrifying, only having 6 mana. I cast Shamil. Now my shit's uncounterable, and I cascade into Temur Battlecrier. So I think this is the type of thing you want to do. You're looking for some type of team or creature fall deck, and I think part of the strategy did not work and tricked you into thinking you wanted something totally different. There is a lot of massaging you can do to this. This is the most watered down version of this deck that I could throw together within like 10 or 15 minutes. What you are looking for is you want to be hitting turn 2 Eshki on pain of death. After you hit turn 2 Eshki, the important scryfall tags are creature fall, power matters, and ramp. Because traverse the out, like if we traverse the outlands with Eshki out, we're good for the rest of the game. And then other things I excluded on purpose. This version of the deck has basically no interaction and basically no standalone card draw. This is entirely bracket 2, pedal down. I'm going to... Oh, and now, of course, we get a good playtest. So we go bam, bam. Bam, bam. Bam, bam, bam. Oh, look, I have more money than God. I earned it. I'm the green player. Migration path. We're just cleaning these draws up. We're just cleaning these draws up right now. Roiling regrowth. Fuck this land. More lands. Hell yeah. Now we exile from the top until we hit a non-land. Holy shit, we lose. We pass in shame, holding up Mystic Reflection. We pass in shame, holding up Mystic Reflection. We get Railway Brawler, now we're happy. But we have none of our creature fall stuff. So if you want to work with this template, what I would highly recommend is having things that either gave you top deck access or having wheel effects. You're in red and blue, and so you do have access to wheels. You could do Abundance. That's a very bracket 2 card. Do not do land drop on Cascades. You do not need it. We already have too much ramp in this deck. It is a Verna the Chaos Bloom. Keep her away. But you can do all the blue-red wheel stuff. You can do Abundance for an enchantment that will guarantee once you are done drawing lands, you can stop drawing lands. If your pod is okay with tutors, check this motherfucker out. Is this even a game changer? It should be. It fucking better be. Oh my god, it's not. They really give you guys fucking everything. I would not recommend soft hate bears. I think if you want to do this type of deck, you just have to accept that every like 4 or 5 games, you're going to get one game where this deck does absolutely nothing. Every 4 to 5 games, either you're going to get unlucky, somebody's going to shoot your mana dorks, you're going to get board wiped at the wrong time, and you're just going to be done for that game. That's okay. The other 4 games are going to be an absolute insane weekend bender, and you're going to be extremely happy with the deck. I would not run this version bar for bar. I think the best things in this version are lots of turn 1 dorks, lots of big ramp spells, ways to free cast when Eshki is big, and then ways to draw off of my big creatures hitting the field. I think the most win more cards are probably Vortex, Garruk's Uprising, Flame Shadow Conjuring, Encroaching Dragon. Both of the Dragon Storms, really, because this version of the deck doesn't have many dragons. If you put a ton more in, awesome. Imposter Syndrome would be a very funny addition to this deck as well, but I do not think it's necessary. But I would play around with this shell. This should be public on my Moxfield page. So take that and then iterate from there. But I think the Eshki that you have right now, whole different thing than what you want to be doing, my friend. So I hope that that was helpful or at least entertaining. That is going to be it for your deck, and that's going to be it for stream today. Thank you all for being here. Let's find a friend to raid. Girls Play TV is live. We will raid them. Let's hit them with the indestructible Justin rant. Let's do the old reliable. You can pull that up in my channel with ! Voltron if you are not already familiar with its game. Thank you all for being here. I'm going to post next week's stream schedule today, within the next couple hours, so I don't know exactly when I will see you all again, but if you're not in the Discord, make sure you join to stay up to date with all the times we're going to be live. Thank you again. I hope you enjoyed the show, and please remember to stay toxic. I'm going to drop you off with GPTV, YouTube, and TikTok. That is just it for us, but I appreciate you spending this time with me.